presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Oh, baby, it's that time of the year. Time for North Dakota high school hockey. The season is finally upon us, and tonight we open up our boys' coverage inside of the West region with the Magi from Minot High and the Braves from Mandan. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli, on the call tonight live from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena for North Dakota high school hockey on the PSP network. In a matchup that is a bit of a rivalry, it seems, as of late, as we continue down the time frame of what is North Dakota high school hockey. And it seems that this matchup only becomes more and more intriguing and exciting every single year. Bring in my broadcast partner right now. First things first, have you missed me, Matt? It feels like I haven't seen you a whole lot in the offseason.
It has been a long time. I was going to say, did you miss me? It's kind of like Lloyd and Harry here.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer question on my part, Matt.
That's a tough one. No, it's been good. It's you can tell when weather starts cooling off and it's time for get things rolling. These guys, I'm sure, are excited. It seems like some of these teams have played their third game tonight. Some of these teams in North Dakota are in their third one. We're just getting rolling, so I think everybody's excited for the season and get things going. And you got to start. You got to get off to a good start. You always want to. I don't care what sport it is. You get the season going. You got to set the tone early and get your confidence up, play well, and guys got to get the confidence that you need. You're going to have some new players that haven't seen maybe the minutes that they're going to start to see here this season. So I think it's like everybody, nice with the girls before us and before the boys, and then you got the JV next door. So there's a lot of action going on here tonight.
Certainly is. Looking forward to a big crowd here tonight as well, as this place continues to pack in. You touch on that just for a moment as Mandan comes in on a 1-0 mark on the season. Minot High hasn't played a game yet this year. Is that an advantage here on either side? Obviously, you want to get some legs underneath you to start the season, especially in these conference games. The question really would be, how much of a factor is that?
Well, I think it's so early in the season. I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. I mean, it's a road game for Mandan. They want the same thing. They want to get off to a good start and continue on with on good habits and playing strong. Minot, first game, I'm sure some of these guys are nervous. They want to get like the coaching staff, they want to get these guys involved right away. Get everybody into the game. Roll all your lines if possible. You want guys to go out there and get a feel for the game, the hitting, and some of these guys that's maybe coming from not a lot of action to a lot more time, a lot more minutes. And if you're a player, you want minutes. You want to be out there. You want physical play. Hockey is a contact sport. We've talked about, best way to get into a game is go and make a hit. Be physical or get hit. Wake up a little bit. But you should be ready to go. I mean, these are young guys. There's a lot of energy. They're all fired up and jacked up, and fans are excited. And you got to get off to a good start. Get a good first shift in. Get out there and make things happen. And like I said, do it, whether you see a lot of minutes tonight or there's going to be some guys that they got us. We're still in the early stages. We haven't even played a game yet, where Mandan's got one under their belt. A lot of guys are going to. You might see some line changes. Might shift some things around. That's normal for early part of the season. But either way, the coaches got to get a look. They got to have guys that got get out there and working and be good at both ends of the ice. And that's what you want to have a good start.
Speaking of coaches, you see Matt Winkle on the screen in his second year as the co-head coach of the Mandan Braves. He and Marshall Cheetah took over for Leif Matson just a year ago. Those two gentlemen led Mandan last year to a pretty impressive first year underneath their belts, as the Braves last season went 13-10 overall, good enough for fifth inside of the WDA. They didn't qualify for the state high school hockey tournament, however. They were close. They just didn't get in, missed by just a few goals in the WDA tournament. On the other side for the Magi from Minot High, it's a program that is under new leadership in a sense. Jordan Willard named the head coach of Minot High School, co-head coach with Jason Bennett. John Grubb and Jason Bennett were the co-head coaches for 9 straight years before Jason and John will now have separate roles, as Coach Grubb is now an assistant coach for Minot High. Coach Willard now a co-head coach with Jason Bennett. Do you see much changing there on that landscape? Obviously, the program and the maroon and gold in general in high school hockey, when you talk about Grubb, Bennett, and Willard, 3 of the greatest to ever play at Minot High School. Do you see much changing inside that dressing room or on the bench with a new head man, if you will, quote unquote?
I don't think so. I think with these guys, a lot of these players, they know Coach Willard, what he's all about. He's been here. He's a younger guy, so you have a younger presence. He's got a different maybe mindset where you take Coach Grubb and Coach Bennett. They're a little more veterans. They've been around for a while. Where Coach Willard he's a little more. It seems like he's got that energetic of a young guy. He's quite a bit younger than the other guys, and I think maybe he's got to just change his style of maybe I can't really be their buddy all the time. When you're the assistant, you're kind of like their pal. Kids having a tough day. You lean on the assistant coach for a little bit of reassurance that I'm still a good player. I belong. I know I belong to be here. And when you're the head coach, you might have to maybe have a stiffer hand and a firmer presence on maybe coming to discipline and maybe getting on the guys. But a lot of guys, these kids, I think they need that. You need somebody to sometimes tell you what you really don't want to hear. That's part of how you develop. It can't be all Tony Robbins style and rose-colored glasses. You're going to have some days where they, just like everybody else in life, you have some things, you have some bumps in the road, and some games you might have a little struggle. But the coach's job, they're teachers in essence. They're here to help these kids develop, but they're also here to teach them a lot about what you need to be about being a good person and being a good teammate.
Well, John Grubb and Jason Bennett as co-head coaches, their final year as quote-unquote co-head coaches for Minot High School was a good one. They were named the coaches of the year along with Matt Stockert from Jamestown, as the Magi won the West Region regular season championship for the second straight year, going 12-3-1 in the conference last year, 17-9 overall. They made it to the state tournament for record 40th time last year, more than any other team inside of the WDA. When we come back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, we're going to break down the numbers of this showdown here tonight. We can tell you what you can expect A couple all-staters are on the ice tonight. A couple good hockey teams and a couple teams that, frankly, over the years have grown to really not like each other. That makes it fun when Mandan and Minot come together. Seems to be that same verbiage out of my mouth each and every time these two teams play. We're thrilled. It's boys high school hockey season in the Magic City. Glad to have you aboard tonight for the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Plenty more to come when we return to the Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
The season goes quick once you start it up. Kind of like the gas of the jet ski at the lake. It goes real fast. 24 games to sprint to a state championship. Minot's got 2 of those. Mandan's never won one. Will this be a year that somebody from the West region can snag one? That's the question mark that is up for grabs at the start of the 23-24 high school hockey season. The opener for region play tonight for the Braves and the Magicians. It's live here on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg alongside of Mr. Matt Morelli here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena for the showdown here tonight. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show Valvoline with 5 locations throughout Bismarck and Minot. 15 minutes and a drive-through oil change. You can't beat it. You just hop right on in. It's quick, it's convenient. It's the Valvoline instant oil change. Tell you what, Matt, I sometimes just check my email when I'm sitting there, maybe have my lunch. They do a great job. You just stay in your car right at Valvoline instant oil change in Minot and Bismarck, our pregame show sponsor here tonight. On to that question and on to that statement that proposes a question to you. Does the West region have what it takes to win a state championship? It's been quite a while since 2015. The last time Minot High won a crown. It's the last time a team from the West has done it. Are we ever going to see that again? I know that's a loaded question to start the high school hockey season with, but really it's one that's on a lot of people's minds in the WDA and across the state of North Dakota.
Well, I think that you've got to believe that you always have a chance to be there at the end of the season. When that February rolls around, you need to be playing some of your best hockey. You kind of need a couple breaks. But we've talked before, when you get to that state tournament, you've got to have all your focus on winning the first game. Just get to that semifinal round. Doesn't matter who you play or how good, bad you think they are. And if somebody from the East maybe takes a Western team lightly and maybe has a subpar game, next thing you know, it's a tight game, and you might knock off somebody that's a top team over there. And I think that's the mindset that the Western teams have to have. We've been doing it for so long, and the Western teams kind of get a bad rap. Well, it's 1-0, or 2-0, like every year. But I think until you've beat them on a regular basis, it just, you can see why they think that. But so you as a player, you want to change that. And like everybody, you want, just like a guy and these guys that are new to they're going to see more time. You want to show people that you believe you should be out there and seeing more minutes and maybe some specialty time. It's the special teams time. It's all about getting guys' confidence up, so when that later in the season does roll around, these guys are ready to play and they're playing solid hockey.
It's going to be a grind to make that happen. However, games like tonight will really tell the tale. You got to be good on every game of the night, including the opener. Let's look at the standings inside of North Dakota high school hockey, inside of the West region. Coming into tonight's showdown, as you hear Loyola True start to blare in the background here at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Jamestown, Mandan, and Hazen-Beulah are the only teams in the state on the west side that have played conference games. Hazen-Beulah 0-2, Mandan's 1-0, Jamestown at 1-0 as well. The Blue Jays are 1-1 overall on the season. Mandan had their win against Hazen earlier on this month. 5-2 the final there. Other games tonight, Williston is at Dickinson, Legacy's at Jamestown, Hazen's at Centuries JV, and Mandan is here in Minot tonight for this showdown on the PSP Network. There's your standings inside of WDA play. They're brought to you tonight by our friends at Minot State University. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State University. Well, you look at this matchup tonight, there's a couple kids that are going to play a factor in this hockey game, starting with the Mandan Braves and an all-state selection of Matt Hyder. 16 goals, 9 assists for 25 points last year. He's been on the radar ever since he moved to Mandan in his sophomore campaign. How much do they have to rely on a kid like this throughout this season in order if Mandan wants to make a trip back to the state tournament?
Well, I think they're going to give him a lot of minutes. I mean, your top guys, there's a reason why they're out there in all the key situations. You take percentages. They're good with the puck. I mean, Mandan's got those skilled players at Minot. You have to be ready. You have to know when you're the top guys for the other team are out there. If you're not, you're missing the boat there. They're going to know when he's out there, when some of their other top end guys with the varsity experience. And it's going to come down to some matchups. There's going to be line matchups. Minot gets the last change, and people don't think about that kind of stuff, but it's important in these West Region games.
On the other side, the Magi have a young man of their own, two-time All-West Region selection and an All-State player in Mackley Morelli. Morelli last year, well, he was good for the Magi. How good? 39 points. Good enough for top 10 inside of North Dakota. Top 15, inside of North Dakota. As far as sophomore is concerned, and that age range, he was inside the top 5 in the state of North Dakota. You count on Mackley quite a bit this year for the Magi. They've got a little more depth on paper coming into the season than most teams, as one of the teams predicted to be at the top of the list in the West region. But a kid like Matt Morelli really is going to have to turn out some points this year for Minot High in order for them to go the distance.
Well, I think they know that these guys, they've got potential to score, but I think Minot has really got to focus on that good defensive team play. You know, let's not give up 4 or 5 every night and expect that we're going to have to score 5 to 6 to win. Let's hold teams to 2 or 3. You know, defensive hockey, two-way hockey is such an important part of the game. You've got to buckle down, block shots, to do the little things in your own zone that get you that win, because they're going to have nights where we don't score a lot. But if we can use that leadership of defensemen, I think Minot's going to be sitting okay.
Time to take a look at the goaltender matchup here tonight, Matt. These are two kids that are going to have to play a big-time role all season long. They will need to be the most important players on the ice surface. For the Magi, they've got Blaze Ostrom. Dominic Countsman on the other side for the Mandan Braves. Two kids that are talked about as being a pair of the best inside of the West region. Tyler Miller from Legacy, the kid that's an all-stater, and a kid that has my vote maybe for the Senior Athlete of the Year preseason-wise going in. Miller, the goaltender for Legacy, in my mind, is the tops in the conference. But these two kids on your screen right here certainly have the opportunity to be that when it's all said and done. Planet Pizza brings you the projected goalie matchup tonight, and they both get the start here at the Pepsi Rink. Last year, Ostrom went 9-5. Countsman only went 2-2. He split time last year with the goaltender that backs him up here tonight, and that's Bennett Langang, who's good in his own right. 204 goals against average for Ostrom, 225 for Countsman. Both kids over 90%. The save percentage column, 91.6 for Dom Countsman, 90.5 for Blaze Ostrom. They both get the start here tonight. And by the way, Planet Pizza will deliver tonight as you listen to this hockey game and watch it on the PSP network. Find them online, planetpizzaND.com, or call 701-852-1700. Starting lineups taking place inside of the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. That means it's just about showtime here tonight. Means you better buckle in. When we come back, we'll have our opening face-off. Brought to you by 701 Realty. Andrew Gubitson checking in tonight, as he always does. We'll also salute our country when we come back to the Pepsi Rink with the Star-Spangled Banner. It's the 1-0 Braves, the 0-0 Magi to start the WDA hockey season for 23-24. And we're tickled pink to bring it to you here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. The long-anticipated start to the high school hockey season is upon us tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli, on the call here tonight. It's Mandan and Minot High to open up the season. Just about time for our starting lineups. The broadcasts are brought to you tonight by our friends at the UPS store. Blaze Ostrom in goal for the Magi with Jackson Radke. Aiden Deal on the blue line. Easton Panasuk with Mac Morelli and Tegan Strand up front. For the Mandan Braves, Dominic Kautzman's in goal. Mason Bruce on the blue line with Cameron Beaver, Tucker Horner, Logan Renner, and Tate Olson are up front tonight for the Mandan Braves. Let's put a cap on our pregame show here this evening. It's brought to you once again by our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 5 locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at ValvolineIOC.com. Minot High's in white. Mandan is in black tonight. We are officially underway for the high school hockey season as the puck is handled by the Magi in their own defensive end. Here comes Easton Panasuk. Worked it up to center. Now he spins it back into his own territory as he patrols his way on through center ice. Dancing on through. Puck is going to be sent down into the Brave defensive zone on the blocker side of Kautzman. 7-1 Realty brought you the opening faceoff tonight, by the way. Don't worry, we'll get to Andrew Goodmanson here in just a moment, Matty. As first the Braves carry up to center. This is their first rush of the hockey game, hitting the brakes down to the far side corner. That's Tate Olson, sent it out in front. Panasuk plays the body. Puck is going to lie free there as the hit was made for the Magi. That's Abrahamson wearing the C on his uniform. His Deal will carry in, sends it towards the net, but wide. Puck's up now at the point. Bent sends it across, comes back away. Here to Deal. At the end line, shuffled up to the point. Nobody was home for the Magi. And back the other way we go as the body being played heavily early on here tonight. Logan Renner was the one that took that hit. Now the Magi are back in with it. Abrahamson's going to walk. He'll fire. Kautzman makes the glove save in his first of the game here tonight. Kautzman, the netminder for the Mandan Braves, that got the call. What do you think of the tempo early on here tonight?
Not too bad. I think just Minot's got to get a couple pucks deeper. When you're in the neutral zone, you don't have a play. You just got to get a chip in the corner and get after the forecheck. You don't have to be too fancy.
By the way, as Andrew Goodmanson would say from 7-1 Realty, when you go to get the boat off the water and take a day off of work to do it, to make sure that the lake is cleared for winter, make sure you know where your keys for the boat are. Thank you, Goody, for the good advice. I'll take that one and put it right to the bank.
Comes up with some good ones, no question.
For some reason, I feel like that one came from experience. 7-1 Realty. You're buying and selling needs. It's 7-1 Realty. They do a fantastic job of the Magic City. In on the faceoff. On the glove side of Blaze Ostrom. In to take the draw here for the Braves. Chance Bryson. Went in the circle against Minot High's Ben Holland. New to the Magi this year. It's going to be different not seeing Ben Swangstu in that number 19 uniform that was suited up by Swangstu for the past 3 years for the Magi. Puck comes free. Here's a drive. Oh, that one went off the stick of Ostrom and up and out of play. Blaze making his first save of the hockey game.
Well, it's nice to see a little physical play on both sides. You got to get in there and get involved in the game. But I think when you're playing your own end, you can't let you can't give up those shots in right in that slot area. Everybody has a job to do. If you better find your guy in a hurry because you can't let him have that free open space like that.
On the blocker side of the senior netminder, split some time last year with Toby Strand. Minot High's got quite a predicament this year. They've got plenty of options in the blue paint, including a goaltender by the name of Carson Erickson, who was Bismarck High's starting netminder last year. Transferred to Minot High School. He's in the lineup tonight for the Magi, but on the bench playing backup here tonight. From the point, Pickard sends that one down into the corner, almost with a 9-iron. Comes free here to the Braves. They start the rush to center with Brew. Puck comes down underneath Bottom of the circle, sit down in front. Oh, that one slid through the blue paint and just wide. The opportunity was there for Tucker Horner, but it slid wide of the cage. Sent in front, one-timer, a shot. They score on the doorstep. Brady Langang fires it home.
Well, if you're Minot, you got to do a little bit better job of getting control of that puck back there. Mandan's hungry. They came to play. They've always seemed to show up and play well at the Mesa. If you're Minot, you just have to. You've got to get your breakouts. Got to be more crisp and clean. You don't have a lot of time back there. I don't think that was. You can't blame a goalie on that one. The point blank shots. You can't. He's not going to be able to save all those.
Opportunity at the other end of the ice surface for the Magi as Rudlick fired it in. Here, let's listen into Duffy Dobek.
Then again, if you're Minot, you get a point blank shot coming down the other end. We got to bury those.
They're going to say it's Renner from Olsen on the goal. 38 on the tally. And it's 1-0 Mandan. I thought that was 18 Langang instead. We'll see if that call changes. Nevertheless, it's 1-0 Braves on top early on from the Pepsi Rink, just 2:42 in. Puck comes all the way back into Minot High territory. Up at center, Radke pushed it free. On the retrieve here for the Braves and pushing it back behind his own net. Getting it back now is Hulberg. Taken away here by Abrahamson. Sends it across the zone. Deal's going to skate in after it. Deal's going to fire that one. Hit a stick and carried off behind the net. Back up to center where Radke sends it across the zone and bounces back underneath the goal line. Mandan going to work here on the offensive side of the puck from their own D zone with Bryson trying to clear. They're going to push up to center, and it's Deal that will take it away here. Deal's grown a bit over the summer, it seems. Number 14 for the Magi. Started for Minot High as a freshman. Puck's off the glass into the offensive territory. Good crowd on hand here tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. This place holds around 2,400. Nowhere near full here tonight. However, it's a good crowd on hand for a Tuesday night November hockey game in boys WDA play. Offensive zone for the Magi. Richardson walks in, fires on angle shot, and coming up with the stop was Counsman. Richardson had the right idea on that play.
Yeah, for sure. That's what you got to do. If you're going to take shots from tough angles, it's got to be on net, because if you miss the net, it's like a breakout for the other team. Minot's got to keep firing. Well, same with Mandan. You got shots on goals. It's all about putting pucks on net.
Shots are 3-2 in favor of the Magi, but they trail by a score of 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC locations throughout Arizona and North Dakota. It's bnc.bank. Find them online. Panasuk down in the corner. Morelli's in after it now with some help from Brock Matson. Top unit out for the Magi, if you will, as the puck comes free down to Panasuk. Spins in the circle. Panasuk walks it, fire save, rebound. Panasuk scores. Rebound comes to Easton Panasuk on his own shot, and he tucks it in top shelf. We're tied at 1. Look at the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Look at the second effort here from Easton Panasuk.
Well, like the old saying, follow up your rebound, follow up your shot. The rebounds, if the goalie's going to let, give up rebounds in front, and without the defenseman clearing it, that's when Minot's got to take advantage of that and then make it pay. This might be a shootout tonight.
Well, a pair of goals just 5 minutes in, one on each side. That time for the Magi. Panasuk, let's see if there's an assist. Unassisted from Panasuk. Ties it at 1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Here come the Braves up to center ice as they push on ahead. Tate Olson wears the C here for Mandan. That play right at the blue line here for Minot High. Owen Dosh make that Radke, as Radke gloved it and moved it forward. Here come the Braves. Taken away there by Abrahamson. He'll dump it back underneath the Mandan net. Braves with possession and real estate. Cameron Beaver trying to push up to the line, held in Radke, then he's upended by Tate Olson. Scrum out to center. Puck's going to go into Minot High's territory, where Deal's back on the retrieve. After the Jamboree in Bismarck just last weekend, the word on the street was that the Minot High Magicians played with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and a physical style of play. How much of a factor will that be come tournament time? I know it's regular season play, and that's a long ways away, but if you can play that way throughout the regular season, getting to that tournament and play like an East Region team, it certainly makes your chances a whole lot easier, doesn't it?
Well, you've got to play. You've got to play with some grit every time you step on the ice. If you're not, there's something wrong with you. I mean, the season isn't very long, so you better get out there and make things happen in all these games. They all count, and they're all important.
Brock Matson to his partner. There's going to be a call coming here, is into the wall with Colton Richardson. And will this be more than a 2-minute call coming here as Heider's going to get whistled? It's going to be a roughing call on the All-State player. Minot High gets their first power play of the hockey game. Heider's into the box for 2.
That's the thing. You want physical play, and everybody loves hitting, but boy, when you're by the boards, you just have to be careful. You sometimes just have to let up and rub them out, because it's just such a dangerous spot. And we don't want anybody to get hurt, whether it's a visiting team or a home team. We want to play against their best and against Minot's best.
First power play up the season for the Magi. It's a ServPro power play. 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians and advanced technology. Panasuk side of the net, caromed off the wall. He took it and fired it home. 2-1 Magi on the power play goal. Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, we caught the tail end of it. Radke's shot just caromed off the glass. Johnny on the spot was Panasuk, and he's got 2 back-to-back to give Minot High a lead.
Kind of got a break there. You know, your defenseman, you can't be shooting it over the net like that. You got to put it on net. Minot just got a lucky break there and happened to go followed up the play and went right after it. And that's what you need. Be hungry for those rebounds.
Well, the power play goal for the Magi gives them their first lead of the season. How does Mandan respond? And let's listen in for the official call from Duffy Nobeck. Morelli's in on the assist as well. Radke and Morelli on Panasuk's second of the game. It's a power play tally for the Magi. They lead 2-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot's got the puck, offensive territory. Holland sends it down, tried to shuffle it over to Rodacker. Up to the point where it went off the tape of Minot High's Andrew Coleman back behind the net as he held the zone. Mandan's going to push to center now in the odd man rush. It's Bennix that lost a handle on it. Taken here by the Magicians. They're going to just create some time and space here with a dump and chase as they go for fresh skaters. Just about halfway into our opening period tonight. Minot and Mandan in a 2-1 game as Minot High trailed early in this one, but they've got back-to-back goals from Easton Panasuk to give them the lead. At center ice now. Puck's worked on the near wall. Richardson walks in with it. Student section loud and in charge here tonight to the Magic City as Brock Matson's back with it. Oh, Matson fired that one off of his player in front of the Minot High bench. That will bring a stop in the play and a face-off coming back in Minot High territory. Tonight's game brought to you by the UPS store, by the way, located on South Broadway in the Magic City. It's the UPS store for all of your packing and shipping needs. UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Well, great to see Zach Keenan here tonight from KMOT TV. He'll have the highlights of tonight's matchup on KMOT TV. KFYR will get those highlights down in Bismarck Mandan tonight as well, I'd have to assume. How about his coverage during Minot High's football run this year? That was something, wasn't it?
Oh, what a season for those guys.
Here come the Magi with Deal behind their own net. At center, Finley Bentz moved it forward, but it's taken there by the Braves. They Turn it back in their own D zone as Beaver had the reverse there. Sent it up. This one's going to go up into the Minot High bench. And then Jordan Willerts, co-head coach of the Magi, caught it with the hand and put it back out onto the ice surface. Big smile on the face from the Minot High bench boss.
Well, I think you got to realize the guys are excited, but when you got to play and you're coming through the neutral zone and it's a 1-on-3 or a 1-on-4, that puck's just got to get deep. You've got to chip in the corner, let the other forward checkers go to work, and that's for everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. That's just kind of common sense.
Kautzman behind the net, got to stop on it for just a moment, but Minot High's got it freed on the near wing. Back up to the point, worked across here from Coleman. Far side, Pickard sent it down. This is Panasuk with it again. He's got a pair in the hockey game. Panasuk works it across. Oh, the stick came up there from Horner. Horner moved it free, and now Panasuk just launches it through the neutral ice territory where Mandan's got it back in their own end. Puck comes away on the near side half boards. They push out to center again as Minot High's got possession at neutral. Minot leading the shot column 7-2. Panasuk in, make it 8-2 now. Panasuk fired. Puck's loose. Here's a drive. They scored. Oh, what a fluky one that was, but it came to Matt Morelli, and Morelli makes it 3-1 Magi.
Well, Minot's getting a couple lucky breaks with coming off the backboards. I don't think the goalie knew where that one was. That's a kind of a tough break for Mandan.
Ryan Family Dealerships replay shows that puck ended up in the air. Panasuk went up after it. Carrington fell off to Kautzman's right side, and then Morelli was just on the spot. Had a yawning goalmouth and tucked it in to make it 3-1 Magicians here with 7:12 to play in the opening period. Deal on the near wall. Mandan hasn't spent much time in the offensive zone since the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. We'll listen in again. It's Morelli from Panasuk officially. As up to center, we go down for the Braves as Owen Brinks, the senior, dumps it in, loose in front of the Minot High goal, right on the goal line. Is it in the net? This is going to be a scrum here. Uh-oh, hang on tight. We've got ourselves a Donnybrook going now. Morelli and Hyder, the All-Staters, come together. The boys will be boys in the Minot High blue paint. Well, we talked about a rivalry before the contest started here tonight, but we didn't know we were going to see some 40-style boxing darn near here in the first period of play.
There's always been like that with Minot and Mandan. They're tough games. There are a lot of physical play. Nobody likes each other. That's the way you ask people from Mandan, they hate Minot. It's probably the same thing for Minot, but that's what makes the game kind of interesting.
Coincidental penalties have been called here. One in the box on each side. For Minot High, it's Morelli. For Mandan, it's Hyder. So both All-State selections are in the sin bin.
Boy, Minot dodged the bullet there. It took a bad bounce off the boards and squeaked out behind Blaze. The Mandan guy looked like it was going to be an open net goal there.
6:31 to play here in the opening period. It's easy to say that the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena has got the most volume and electricity we've seen it yet here tonight. That's a no-brainer. Sent out front, all by himself, firing one just wide was Horner. Deal's got it here, sends it up the near side wing. Poked free here by Adam Rodacker. Down to the corner it comes now here for Holland. Holland's got it underneath the net, got it away to Rodacker. Sent it up to the point, far side. Radke whistles one in. That one went wide. Comes away down a Deal. It's going to be a delayed call coming here on Minot to Rodacker. Puck is going to squirt free. Kautzman comes off. Radke touches at center. And Mandan's going to get their first power play of the game. Will we have an interference or charging? It's an interference.
Interference. Getting back to the excitement. You have players that, they get excited. Some of these guys are new to the varsity level, but it's a long game. You don't get so excited because you're up 2. Minot's giving up too many shots in front of the, in the high slot when he's wide open. That's on a 5-on-5. It should rarely happen where a guy's that open. We're lucky that he missed the net.
Face-off on Blaze Ostrom's blocker side. Mandan's first power play of the hockey game. They scored first tonight. They've only registered one shot since. Shots are 9-2 Mandan, but the Braves on a Serve Pro power play. Abrahamson with a backhand takes it and fires it all the way down the ice surface. Mandan will set up shop on their power play. 5.5 to play in the opening period on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. The Magi are up by a pair at 3-1. Offensive territory now for the Braves. Drankson carries down, taken away by the Magicians. Richardson tries to poke it free on the near side. He does, and then he launches it just about 190 feet. Braves have possession. Lead pass up to center. Fancy wheeling and dealing. This is Horner into the catching mitt. It goes, and Blaze Ostrom will hang on to it. Ostrom makes his third save of the hockey game.
I think you're Minot. I mean, neither team wants to be in the box. The game is designed to be 5-on-5. You're going to have penalties, but let's not get in a penalty contest here because you're ahead by 2. There's a lot of play left, and you don't want to give Mandan all these extra power plays.
1:11 remains on that Serve Pro power play. Serve Pro again with 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. They've got advanced technology at Serve Pro. Serving Western North Dakota. Oh, what a play that is. Holland has the hit. Short-handed. Mandan High's in on the 2-on-1. Holland battling for it. Side of the net. Holland's got it tied up here. Well, Holland making a name for himself here in the varsity ranks here tonight. Ben Holland, the sophomore, filling that Swankstu jersey nicely here. To center come the Braves now as they skate forward. Here with Kraus, near side wing. George has it underneath the goal line. Radke on top of him. 30 seconds of power play time for the Braves. 4:15 ticking down. Holland tried to block the shot up top. Comes away, not a deal. Heads up. This puck comes off the near side wall. It's going to be chipped right back in with the 9-iron. Radke's got plenty of time and space here as he'll start up the ice with it. Jackson Radke up over center. Radke's in over the blue stripe now as he goes coast to coast, leaves it back. Mandan's going to have a rush up to center, but it's taken away here by the Magi and Pickard. Pickard's going to have to come back on defense. Oh, Pickard's got the hit of the first period. He plasters a man on the far side. That was Olsen. Mandan High's back to full strength. And the puck lies up in the neutral ice zone. Back in come the Braves. This is Tate Olsen again, weaving his way through the middle. Pickard made the stop on him, hitting the brakes back behind his own net for the Magi. And turning the puck up ice now for the Magicians. On the far side is Tegan Strand. Played a bit of a factor in the late portion of last season at the state high school hockey tournament. Young man that looks to get some ice time here this year for the Magi and be a key contributor. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to tick down in the opening period. It's had a little bit of everything so far tonight in this WDA affair. On Kontzman's glove side, puck lies underneath the net. 2-for-2 scrub. Under 3 to play in the opening frame. Strand in, helping out for the Magi. Puck is freed though for the Braves. Taken away Panasuk. He fired one. That one hit traffic and caromed all the way back up to the far point. Fancy little move from Richardson. Oh, he fanned on the wrist shot, and the Braves have a 3-on-2 back into Mandan High territory. Taking it over the line and whistled for the offsides are the Braves with 2.5 to play here in the opening period.
No, it's back and forth. It's just good, but you got to remember too, when you're a newer guy that don't have as much experience, a lot of these guys, you're not going to beat everybody by stick handling. You make the smart play. Some of these players are just, they won't fall for that stuff. You move up to a varsity level, you're not going to be able to get away with that as easy as it was in the past.
Aiden Deal to Finley Bentz. Over the line, Bentz is in, backhands it out front. That puck came to Coleman. Bentz is back in after it, shuffles it back down underneath to Coleman. Coleman from behind the net hits the brakes here, being hounded heavily down in the corner as Drankson's on top of him. Trying to smash it out of the zone, unable to do so are the Braves defenders as the puck is taken once again by Bentz, then stripped by Drankson. Minot High is going to get the puck back in the circle. Played with the hand, but it's legal in the defensive territory for Mandan. They've got themselves a 2-on-1. Nice defensive stop from Aiden Deal. Broke up that opportunity. Now Minot's got real estate. Saucered up to center. Finley Bentz on a marathon shift here into the zone. Cycles it down into the far corner. Taken here by the Braves. This is Hulberg with it. Reverses to his partner, Brew. Brew goes up to center. This one's going to roll in on Blaze Ostrom. And Blaze is going to play it here. Look out. That one coming up towards us at the top of the glass. Final 80 seconds of the opening period. Game number 1 for Mandan and Minot in WDA conference play against each other here at the Pepsi Rink. Way to get neutral ice. This is Holland. Puck's back underneath the net. There's the 1-minute call from Duffy Dobeck. Brock Madsen out with it. Remember those cookies that Madsen's grandma baked last year at the state hockey tournament?
Grandma Ruthie.
Oh my goodness. 45 seconds remains here in the opening period. 3-1 Magi as they carry the puck from their own end here with Madsen. He'll dump it down in on Councilman. He gloves it. He's just going to hang on to it as Minot High and Rodacker heading towards the goal.
Well, I think Mandan's had some decent chances. They've missed the net a few times. Kind of got that bad break when it came off the wall behind Ostrom there. Otherwise, I mean, it's closer than a 3-1 game, but both teams got to do a little bit better job of just making the simple play and chipping it down in the corner.
34 seconds to play here in the opening period. Gets down to 28. We'll have an icing on the play. Well, you take a look at both benches here as both teams seated at this point in the first period. A lot of energy exerted in this opening frame. Have you been impressed with the tempo early on here tonight?
I think so. Yeah, I think pretty good. Like I said, you're going to have some guys get a little nervous, but that's normal. Get a period under their belt, and you should be back to normal. Like I said, channel your energy in the right ways by don't be taking penalties.
Morelli wins the draw. Back to Madsen. Goes over down to Panasuk with a pair of goals. Morelli fired it out front. All right, kids, get ready to count them down here. We're at 19 seconds to play in the opening period. D-man, Bachmeyer has it, taken away by the Magi. Comes to Morelli in front, 10 seconds of the period. Oh, give a goal from Panasuk to Morelli. Down to 6 seconds, now 5. Madsen's gonna take it and fire it up off the glass. We're gonna be through the opening frame as the Magi came in. Oh, Morelli. Morelli fired the shot. He immediately said, hey, I apologize to Councilman. Mandan takes exception on the play as Lobeck comes flying in. This one's going to be a wild one as it comes to the final horn here tonight. Councilman and Morelli have a conversation. And Morelli shared the word there with Councilman that, hey, it was an accident. Councilman obliged to that. Things happen when it's quick like that. 21 White knows good enough not to stir the hornet's nest too much. However, inadvertently or not, it certainly did at the end of the period.
Each team, it's going to be 4-on-4, I think. I think we'll get one for unsportsmanlike, and I think they got one for same thing, unsportsmanlike or rough.
That period had a little bit of everything. Minot High leading by a score of 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next here on the PSP Network. We'll break down the opening period of play. We'll have the stats. We'll take a look around high school hockey in North Dakota, and we'll get ready for our second period of play.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Minot High leads 3-1 at the end of one period play. Big thank you to James Knutson. We never get a chance to talk because he's always here right when we start or end a pregame or postgame show or intermission report, but we want to tell him thank you so much. He is stat keeper for Minot High School. And Magi Hockey volunteering his time each and every time that the Magi are on the ice. He's back for another year. We got to thank him so much. Guys like him do such a fantastic job and a great thing volunteering their time, making sure these stats and numbers get implemented. Thank you again to our good friend James Knutson. Big thanks to Bob Gillen as well at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. Bob Gillen doing a fantastic job with NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. Again, the website that's got all of the up-to-date information as far as stats and schedules across our great state of North Dakota for boys and girls high school hockey. Here in this one, 3-1. Minot leads at the end of one with the shots at 9-2. It's been a little rough. It's been a little tumble. It's been a little bit of everything in that opening period. Matt, overall, your thoughts on period number one here tonight?
I think for the first period of the season, I mean, it's not too bad. I think there's just some easy plays that both teams need to do, make a little bit quicker, a little bit smarter. You don't have a play in the neutral zone. You can't turn it over there. That's the worst place to turn the puck over, except for your own zone. You've got to get the puck deep. Just chip it down, make the easy play. More than likely, you have support to help you down in that corner on the forecheck. Minot's had some chances. They're not getting it deep. So is Mandan. There's been a few things. I think if you're Mandan, you know you're in it. I mean, it's a long ways from over. But Mandan needs the next goal. They want to get in this game. You don't want to be down 3 because Minot's kind of got the momentum going, a little bit rolling there. I think both teams, you can see there's a lot of tension between these teams. There always has been with Mandan and Minot. It's a rivalry. Call it whatever you want. That's what you want. We're an hour and a half away from each other. You don't think that these guys, they're not best friends all the time. They know each other. A lot of guys know each other, but these games are important. They're for points. You've got to start the season off on the right foot and get up in the standings. You don't want to be on the bottom. Nobody likes to be coming up that hard way and having to work, end of the year to try to make up ground. But for Minot, I think you can. Been a couple times with Mandan too. Some of your top end guys are in the box. Well, that's probably not where all the coaches want to draw it up. They want to see the guys that are your producers out in the ice, creating excitement for other players. Your good players just make all the other players that much better, and you want their leadership. But there comes a time you have to be smart. You got to use your head. Some discipline does come into play in these games. I don't think you want to. It's because when there's a lot of penalties, it kind of disrupts the flow of the game. Because then you have guys that aren't getting to play the right amount of time. You're on a penalty kill, only 4 of them can be out there. So usually a forward he kind of gets shorted because there's a line is 3, and that's hard for a forward when you're getting shorted on a shift because your team is shorthanded. So if you're Minot, get back to just hard play, staying out of the box. Mandan, I think they've got to start getting more pucks on net. They're not getting enough offense right now. They know that, and it'll get better.
Time to take a look at our first intermission numbers here on our Magic Towing Intermission Report. First intermission brought to you by Magic Towing. By the way, you blow it, we tow it. That's really not their tagline, but it should be. I'm telling you, Magic Towing. Whatever you do, remember the name. It's Magic Towing. Remember the number as well, 509-4011. That's Magic Towing. They bring you our intermission report here as Minot High cheer team on the ice surface. Minot High's cheerleaders doing a fantastic job again here at the Pepsi Rink. They were just crowned state champions in the state cheer competition just about 2 weeks ago. Congratulations to Minot High cheer for job well done at the state cheer competition. Time to take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. If you're in the market for a new vehicle like I am, shop at Ryan, one of their 5 locations in Williston and in Minot, or online, driveryan.com. They've got a little bit of everything, Matt, at Ryan Chevrolet, Ryan Nissan, Ryan Buick, Ryan Cadillac, Ryan Honda, Ryan Family Dealerships. They've got it all covered. 50 years as a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com. 3-1, Minot lead. Shots are 9-2. 6 saves to the 1 in that opening period. Only 2 shots on goal for Mandan. That's the real number that stands off the paper for me here for Marshall Cheetah and company for the Mandan Braves, needing to find a solution to getting some more shots on goal. Marshall Cheetah and Matt Winkle, the co-head coaches of Mandan, what can they do in this second period to try to generate some more offensive chances? It just seemed like Minot's neutral ice, neutral zone play and their own forecheck really caused some real trouble for Mandan in that opening period.
Well, I think Minot probably was maybe a little quicker in the neutral zone, maybe moving that puck up a little bit better. But if you're Mandan, it starts in your own zone. Make that first pass has got to be a good one. It's got to be on the tape. Guy can handle it so they can get out of that zone a little quicker, a little more efficient. You don't want to be fumbling passes because that just gives that forechecker more time to make a aggressive play. And I think the Mandan coach is going to say, listen, we got to get some pucks deep. We got to work our forecheck, get some of their top end guys going. Starts with Heider and some of those forwards that they really skate. But Minot's kind of just doing a good job of keeping them everything to the perimeter. Mandan had a few missed opportunities. The one where the squirted behind Ostrom, that looked like it was going to be a tap-in goal, and I think Minot dodged a bullet there. They were lucky. So you're Mandan, you just stick with your game. I don't think you're only 17 minutes into it. There's no reason to panic, but they probably got to come out a little stronger and get the pucks behind the Minot defenseman.
Some of the highlights from that opening period brought to you again by Ryan Family Dealerships. Back-to-back tallies for Easton Panasuk was the highlight of that period. You saw Morelli tally there. That made it 3-1. Then we saw a little rough stuff after a play. That puck that scored it in behind Ostrom didn't end up in the net. Morelli and Hayter, the All-Staters, going toe-to-toe with each other. A little more action here. This is the opening goal of that first period of play. It was a goal that was scored by Logan Renner. Tate Olson had the assist on it. Minot High is going to get into the scoring side of things here with Panasuk. Great second effort. Tucks in his own rebound after stop was made from Kautzman. Here comes Panasuk second. That was a shot from Radke that went off the end boards, caromed right to him. Panasuk tucked it in. That brought the score to 2-1. Then you'll see Morelli. Look what I found. 3-1 lead for the Magi. It's where we end our first period of play on the Ryan Family Dealership highlight package. And again, some more rough stuff in this hockey game. I would expect we're going to see plenty more of that coming up here in the periods to come. Or would you expect that both coaches have had the talk with their team? Obviously, you tell the guys to settle down, but it's kind of like a teeter-totter match. If one goes, the other goes. It's just science, isn't it? Is that how you could say it?
I guess if Minot's going to take some penalties, it's good to bring somebody with you and even it out. But I don't think we want to get in that game where it's of penalties. I think Coach Willard, Bennett, Coach Grubb are just going to tell those guys, listen, let's take it easy, settle down. Same with the Mandan guys. They're in the game. It's only a 3-1 game. That next goal is a big one. The old saying in hockey, the worst lead is 2 goals. So you're Mandan, you're right there. You got to get that. You got to get that next one. Minot can't go up 3 because that's tough to come back from 3 down. But Minot, the coach is just, like I said, take it easy. Don't get too excited. It's the first game of the year. You only got 1 period under your belt. You know, making some stupid decisions in high school hockey doesn't really pay.
Penalties in that first period of play. The penalty recap looks like this. There was a Matt Hyder roughing call. Matt Hyder roughing again at 10:29. Morelli went in with him on that play. That was a coincidental call. Adam Rodacher for interference. Tate Olson for roughing, and Mac Morelli for unsportsmanlike conduct. That came at the end of the opening period. They charged Morelli with an unsportsmanlike on that shot that came at the very end of the period, and they got Tate Olson for the retaliation on that play. 3-1, Minot's got the lead. Let's move to our second. Put a cap on our Magic Towing intermission report.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Time for our second period of play at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Nick Hulberg, former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Matt Morelli on the call tonight. Thanks for joining us from the Magic City. Minot holding a 3-1 lead at the end of one period. We are officially underway for the second. Minot's in white, Mandan's in black. That puck takes a funny bounce off the glass right into the blue paint. Kautzman made the stop on it. It's physical already here in the second. I would guess that we're going to see more of that play coming up as Deal's got it here in the neutral ice zone for the Magi. Dump and chase as he sends it down underneath the goal. Over to the half wall where it's taken here. Braves are going to go to work on it now. Finley Benz trying to disrupt the breakout. Delayed call coming here. This is going to be on the Magi with a roughing call coming.
I feel like Minot, you've got to be smart. I mean, we've got to, you know, we don't want to be shorthanded the whole night or half of a period. Just come on, you guys. You've got to get your thinking's got to be a little bit better. It's discipline. It's a mentality. This seems like Minot in the past, too many penalties at the worst time. They've got to get over that. They've got to be smarter than that.
Well, Coleman had the opportunity for the Macho Man Randy Savage from the top rope, and he executed big time. That could have been maybe more than a 2 in that circumstance, but Minot High will find themselves shorthanded. Hayter was right out in front, couldn't get a stick on it. That's because Brock Matson interrupted the party. Comes back away up to the line now where it's worked across here by the Braves. Their second power play of the game. Hyder's got it, the All-Stater. Worked it across. Hyder gets it back, top of the circle, sends it out front, wide open. Here's a drive, Ostrom. Big save out front. Bouncing puck comes up into the slot now, bounces to the line. Minot High's got a breakaway. Holland by himself. Stick move, top shelf. Oh, he shoots and scores. 4-1 Magi.
Well, that was a big one. It just tough break for Mandan. He had defenseman had tough time controlling the blue line. Took a kind of a bad bounce on him, but good hustle by Holland. He's there. You pressure him, and that's what you need to do.
I wasn't sure if he was going to pull the trigger or just keep on deking his way and let that puck slide its way through. But he went to the top shelf, and it's a short-handed goal as Holland has his first as a Minot High magician. And what a highlight reel for Ben Holland. Highlight reel goal for Ben Holland for your first as a Magi.
It's a big goal for Minot. It kind of takes away a little bit of Mandan's momentum there on that power play.
Short-handed tally for the Magi has them up 4-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Fired in from center, pad save from Countsman.
Scoring a short-handed goal at 1:23 of period.
Here comes Abrahamson. He's got a man with him. That's Bentz out front. Abrahamson pulled down. Here's Bentz with a drive. Oh, Countsman somehow got a stick on that as the puck comes out in front of the net. All the way up to center now here for the Braves. Ben Holland with maybe the jobbers moving and storage move of the game. That's an early candidate for that one, I know that, but my goodness. Right to the top shelf for your first as a magician. You can't beat that play. Serpro power play down to 10 seconds here for Mandan. Sitting at 3 shots in this contest. They bring it in. Hyder's got it, backhands it out front, goes down low. Puck comes underneath the goal, wrap around, they score on the doorstep. Carson Jors tucks it in.
Well, it's a tough break for Ostrom. But sometimes you lose track of where the puck is, especially when it's behind the net. And it moves so fast back there. Next thing you know, it pops out, and the goalie's on the wrong side. And you feel bad sometimes. The goalies, they've got to. That's a tough one to guard against. One's behind the net.
Mandan back within 2. 6 goals on 15 shots in this contest here tonight. Let's listen in. That's an even strength goal for Jors. Beaver gets an assist on the play. Minot's got it behind the offensive net out front, side of the cage. Oh, Countsman comes up huge. That would have been a hat trick for Easton Panasuk. And Countsman somehow came up with the save. Panasuk lurking still on the side of the cage. He handles up top here. Went across the blue line. Comes back away now to Panasuk, waiting for his line mates to touch on sides. Here's Morelli, little toe drag. And the stop was made in the slot from Lange. Morelli on the wall. Wrapped it around, comes away now here to Panasuk. Up to the line, Radke comes to Morelli. Couldn't keep a handle on it. Comes away down to the Braves. They've got to rush out to center on a 3-on-3 drill. And into the offensive territory. It's skated down by Bryson. Bryson crashes towards the net. Hyder's tattooed by Radke. Puck is sent up to center to Strand. Right back the other way we go now here for Mandan as Deal comes together with Bryson. It's turning into an all-out Donnybrook kind of a night here tonight at the Pepsi Rink. Lead pass too far down. This will be an icing. That icing brought to you by our friend Mason Kramer at Mason Kramer Photography. Game action shots and senior portraits. He's here tonight taking photos of this contest. One of the best in the business. Find him online. Mason Kramer Photography PSP.com. We haven't seen a hard-hitting high school hockey game like this to open a season in quite some time, Matt.
It's great to see, but you just gotta be smart. You know, there's physical play, but you only have so much time when the puck is released from someone. Otherwise, it's going to be an interference. I mean, don't put your team down. There's a long ways from being over here. It's a 2-goal game. It's over half the game left.
Minot high on the forecheck. Rodacher leaves it off the wall up to Holland. Fired. That hit traffic out in front. Caught a shin pad there of Drankson. Underneath the net it comes down. The Magi work it back to the point as they set up shop up top with Coleman. Andrew Coleman got it off the wall. Underneath the net it comes down in deep here for Rodacher. He loses a glove on the play. On the near side it's Pickard scrubbing for it. Correct that. That wasn't Rodacher. Yeah, it was Rodacher. No, it was 29 rather.
Yep.
Rutlick was the one that had it there. Minot High's going to need to touch. Back on sides, they dump it down, gives Mandan some real estate. Not a ton of fresh air, however, as Minot High's forecheck pressuring again. Here's Jersey Abrahamson. He's got it, sends it off the wall to Finley Vance, trying to go back in front. Abrahamson, on the doorstep, fired it up over the top of the cage. Puck comes back away up at the point. Richardson at the line to Brock Matson, sends it forward. Finley Vance comes away to Matson. Back into Minot High's possession. The young man, Richardson, first varsity game here tonight. Oh, no. Abrahamson on the near side, tattooed. No call on the play. Puck is underneath the goal. Way to the far side. Oh, Coleman lights the man up on the far side. And that one will be charged. Jake Stacks got the arm up. And an elbowing will be called here as Coleman came flying in. Talk about off the top rope. Rowdy Piper that time.
Well, that's the thing. You got to know when you're near the boards, if it's close, especially in high school hockey, it's probably going to be a penalty. I'm not saying I agree with it. It looked good. I mean, they all look really good. And of course, players, they just want to blow somebody up. But what good does that do? Now we're shorthanded again.
Power play comes back out. Here for the Mandan Braves is into the sin bin for the Magi. Goes 27, Carter Coleman. Third power play of the game here for Mandan. They're 0 for 2. And offsides. ServPro 24/7 emergency service with trained technician and advanced technologies. It's ServPro. Jordan Willard, Jason Bennett, John Grubb, all good friends of mine. Spent a lot of time in the wintertime talking to those 3 coaches of Minot High. Spent quite a bit of time on the phone with Jordan Willard as well. We grew up playing together, back in the day. I can't wait to razz him a little bit and say, well, the new look of Minot High hockey now that Grubb's not in charge is kind of a goon fest here.
I would. Let him have it.
Only a joke, of course. Gotta love a physical brand of hockey at the Pepsi Rink. I don't think that's a change from John Grubb's style by any means. Puck comes underneath the net where it's going to be worked here by the Braves. ServPro power plays out for 1:27. They've got it underneath the goal now. They work it back up, center slot. Here's a drive. Ostrom makes the pad save. He's going to hang on to it. Ended up underneath the Bryan's leg pad, and then he kicks it free into the circle.
That was close. I don't know if he thought it was behind him. Either way, your goalie. Everybody looks at goalies in a different way. You're a goalie. They got quirky ways. They're a little bit weird, and you just leave them alone. You just let them do what they want. You just support them, tell them nice job, and you hope they don't, lose it on you when they're having a bad day.
Ostrom comes up with another stop. He'll hang on to it here. By the way, if you haven't already done so, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. More subscribers and followers on our social media platforms, the more we're able to promote local athletes. You'd be surprised how far that goes. And just a simple like and a follow or hitting subscribe in our mission of supporting and promoting local athletes in our great state of North Dakota. Puck's taken here. Richardson sends this one the length of the ice, 7 minutes into the second. It's 4-2 Minot High. They've got a short-handed goal here in the second. An even strength tally for Mandan as them back within 2 as Hyder Wheels and deals, sends it out front. Oh, that was on a tee there, but unable to pull the trigger on the near side. Back up to the line, worked across. High riser missed from Brew. Hyder again, quarterbacking from up top. Spins away to his left and now delivers at the point again. Comes away from Beaver, back to Hyder. Hounded here by Abrahamson, and here comes Holland again. Itching for another shorty. Down to 25 seconds of power play time here for Mandan. They've got it here with Hyder with a backhand. He shuffles it down underneath the goal line. Away to Chance Bryson. Bryson's going to get it back here as he works out. Madsen went down to a knee, made the stop on the pass. We're down to 8 seconds of Mandan power play time as Holland's trying to clear on the far side. Now we've got, oh no, there's a player down here for the Braves inside of the zone. Right at the half wall, front to the Minot High student section. Trinity Sports Medicine on hand. Well, we'll take a quick step aside. 4-2, Minot High's got the lead. Injury timeout on the ice surface here at the Pepsi Rink.
Water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Well, good news as we come back. Carson Jors is up and skated off on his own power. The bad news is he's still in some pain over there on the Mandan bench. 3 seconds remains of Servpro power play time here for the Mandan Braves. Puck comes out in front. Minot High's back to full strength. Here comes Easton Panasuk. He's got a pair of goals tonight for the Magi.
You got to get those deep. When you're at the opposing player's blue line, you've got to make a play. It's got to get in the corner.
Deal trying to feed it out front to Tegan Strand. Comes up now to neutral ice. Bouncer got past Radke. And Radke's on his way back in after it. Hits the brakes behind the net. Hounded here. Radke with a backhand. Shuffles it off to his partner, Deal. And Deal turns the motor on. He goes to work up over center. It's a 3-on-3, making a 4-on-3. Out in front. Oh, they sent it across to Morelli just a bit behind him. Here's Radke with a whistler from the line. Missed. Deal sends it back underneath the goal. Panasuk had to hit the corner. Freed down to Morelli here. Morelli turns away with it. Sends it out front. Puck's taken here by the Braves, and they're going to start up to center here with Tucker Horner. Horner moved it off ahead. Radke's going to get it back. Radke had it intercepted for a moment there. Now it's Morelli up to center. This is a 2-on-1. Strand with Panasuk. Off to Strand, just a bit high on the saucer feed in front. Panasuk working hard though on the forecheck. Still interrupted the party for a moment. Puck's underneath the net now as Renner's going to come in to help out. Morelli's going to come away with it. His brother Mason playing in the American Hockey League. The Vegas Golden Knights organization won a Calder Cup last year with the Hershey Bears. Quite a celebration in the Magic City with the Calder Cup earlier on this fall. Holland's got it here up top, sends it across, comes back away now. This is Coleman fired on. Odd angle shot, Kaufman made the save. 7 minutes on the dot to play in the second. 4-2 Minot High on top of their home ice with a shot lead at 13-6 in this hockey game. It's been a hard-hitting affair, bit of a slobber knocker here tonight at the Pepsi Rink. Rodocker's got it on the near side, frees it away to the far. Rutlick forward with it, comes all the way back up to neutral. Dumped back down into the zone here by Andrew Coleman. Minot High is going to give chase, but Mandan had it in their own defensive end. Then it's fired up into the rafters, and that faceoff will come back in Mandan territory with 6:33 to play here in this second period. If you're the Magi right now, is there any major concern on your mind of things that need to change in this hockey game?
No, I think the effort's there, and they're working hard on the forechecks. Just that it's the turnover is at the wrong spot on the ice. If you don't have a play unless you're in their corner, it needs to be put in the corner, because trying to beat the stick handle around guys when you're taking a 1-on-2 or 1-on-3, most times you're not going to beat those guys. We end up turning it over. I think that's all. Just work on the turnovers and just making a little bit better, smarter play.
Abraham's inside of the net. Oh, sent it out front. Nobody there for the Magi. Puck taken here by the Braves up to center ice. Hyder having a wrestling match here with Richardson. Hyder still on top of him. Richardson ends up with a better of that battle. Then Bentz fires it on. Kautzman makes the stop. The electricity starting to rise inside of the Pepsi rink again.
I don't think we know that, like I said, we know the animosity between those two teams. That's just the way it is, especially you have the first game for Minot. There's a lot of energy. Mandan, they're there. It just says there's been a lot of penalties on both sides, and they're looking for that. They're looking for any type of offense right now. I mean, 6 shots isn't going to cut it in high school at any level of hockey.
Kautzman's glove side, a backwards goaltender, if you will. Where's the blocker on the left hand, the glove on the right hand? Most goaltenders you will see will be opposite. Puck's taken here by the Braves. They're going to carry up to center. It's Panasuk that poked it free for a moment, but now a 2-on-1 approaching Minot High's goal as it's down to the corner, but good back checking there for the Magi and Briggs Pickard. Puck's out the near side wing. Minot High starting the rush back up to center, knocked out of the air. And the center ice dot comes away down to Strand. Strand's going to walk down, fires, and a chest save there from the goaltender Kautzman. Everybody kind of stood around looking like maybe that play was going to be whistled dead. Back up to center for the Braves. They cross into offensive territory. Olsen sent it across, got it onto the tape there for Renner, and then he sailed it high. Puck comes back away in the neutral ice territory. Renner's a big boy. He just collided there on the far side with Minot High's Andrew Coleman. Coleman's got it back. He tried to shuffle it off ahead. Off the glass it comes. At center now, it's Rodacker that dumps it in. Minot High's forecheck causing Mandan trouble again in the defensive territory here for the Braves. Puck will end up into the mesh. Souvenir will find a fan. We'll have a stop of the play with 4:36 to play here in a 4-2 second period. Minot High on top. Tonight's hockey game, by the way, Matt, brought to you by Minot State University. Did you know that 96% of college grads that recently have graduated from Minot State are either employed or continuing their education? Pretty good stuff at Minot State. Off the draw, firing and scoring. The Magi lead 5-2.
Oh, that was a big one there. That kind of fooled everybody.
First goal in the varsity ranks. Ryan Rutlick tucks it home, and the Magi put the lead to 3. Right off the draw, somehow snuck it through the wickets. I was telling you about Minot State University when the puck was dropped, and all of a sudden it was 5-2.
Well, good things happen when you hit the net. They don't matter how they go in. Just you need some breaks every once in a while. Minot's kind of gotten a few of those just by throwing them on net.
Mandan trying to clear. Minot holding the line. We'll wait for the official call coming from Duffy Domack in just a moment.
Here's your magician scoring summary. Scoring an even strength goal at 12:20, period number 2, number 29, Ryland Valvoline. Assisted by number 19, Ben Holland.
Rutlick from Holland, even strength goal. 5-2, Magi have the lead. 3:45 ticking down here. Late portions of the second. Minot's got possession back with Radke. Radke off to deal. Puck goes up into the Breezers. Sports blooper there, Logan Renner. He's going to have to shake that one out of the pants. There it fell down.
Fooled everybody.
Fooled everybody, that's right. Well, a couple of young men from Minot High have their first varsity goals for the Magi. Rutlick and Holland here tonight. Morelli and Panasuk are the other ones with tallies for the Magi here in this hockey game. The other side for Mandan, Carson Jors, along with Logan Renner.
I was just going to say that when you know these not all goalies like doing it, but when these pucks get dumped in and there's not much there's not much strength on these dump ins, they've got to get back and set that up for the defenseman. I just drives me crazy when a goalie doesn't want to go back there and stop it. I mean, you've got to. It's just you're giving up an easy play for your defenseman.
Oh, that puck was hammered from the line, went off for Brock Madsen's shin pad, right into the pad of Blaze Ostrom. He made the save. Yeah, you talk about the play of the goaltender back in behind the net and out in front of it, away from the crease, I should say. Think about Marty Brodeur back in the day and what an impact player he was. Changes the whole dynamic of your defensive posture back there. Ostrom makes a glove save on the 8th shot for Mandan here in this hockey game.
Well, most of the goalies these days handle the puck well. They work on it. They stick handle. Some of the good guys can handle it like a defenseman. So it's so important. If I was a goalie, man, I'd want to handle it. You want to get in the action, especially when you can help out your defenseman. It makes makes the job easier of your defenseman when your goalie stops it back there for you.
Off the draw. On the blocker side, it comes all the way up to neutral ice now with Abrahamson. Abrahamson makes a move. He's going to skate down, trying to reel in the rolling puck. Mandan's going to transition to turn it back up to center. That lead pass had too much on it. Will it get down for an icing? It will. That icing brought to you by our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office, at Prestwich Orthodontics. You can't beat it. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. Well, you got a good look there at Easton Panasuk with a pair of goals here tonight. Junior forward for the Magi, looking to see if he can make it a hat trick on this occasion. Off the draw, Minot High wins the puck back. Here to Radke, dropped it off now. Morelli sent it out front on the doorstep. Panasuk, it's at the goal line. Is it in the net? They're gonna have the whistle blow now, and some more rough stuff coming here. What a give and go feed that was. It was almost like a design play.
Yeah, that was a set play. You wonder when the old days used to have the goal judges behind the net to see if anybody. I mean, those referees got a tough job. They're usually right on the line. You have to trust them. They have a better angle than we do. But that puck it moves so quick and things happen quick and guys get excited. And then next you know you got tempers flare when there's a bad play.
Morelli off the draw, sends it out front. Oh, he almost got it to Panasuk. Puck comes back away now to Mandan. They come up to center with Jors. Jors dropped it off. Hyder backdoor, one-timer, wide open and firing. Chance Bryson.
You can't give these guys any breathing room. They've got some players that with some skill. If Minot thinks that it was going to be over being up 3, they're a long ways from right. You can't give these guys any hope that they're still going to be in the game. It's important. If you can't give up 3-on-1s either, 3-on-2, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, that's not Ostrom's fault.
How about the execution on that play?
Yeah, I mean, you're a goalie. You wouldn't even have saved that.
Not a chance, my friend. Hyder sets it up for Bryson. I maybe would have been able to score it if I could have kept up with the speed. Bit of a yawning goalmouth, and Bryson brings it back within 2. Front of the net. Quick shot on goal and the stop there from Ostrom.
Minot's having a little bit of a struggle in their own end. You've got to make quicker plays. You don't have a lot of time. If you're going to throw it up off the wall, you better make sure it's out. It should be high off the glass. If you happen to have an icing, that's not the end of the world because you can get some fresh guys out there. But Minot's throwing it up the wall or not. They're failing to get it out of the zone. Mandan, give Mandan credit. They're just starting to get hot on the forecheck.
29 shots in this hockey game, 8 goals on the board. Minot's got 5 of them. Turnover here. Hyder out in front of the net, scrumming for it. Puck is still loose, and now it's going to be sent all the way up to center, where it's taken away here by the Magi. Rutlick's going to have to wait to touch up on side. He does. Then Rodacher runs into his man on the wall. That was Brew. Comes up to the line, held in by Matson. It's going to be taken away out front here by Holland. Holland backhand, got it back to Rutlick. Now Holland again, spins away with it. Holland wheeling now, center slot out front. Unable to pull the trigger there for the Magi was Rodacher. And back the other way we come now as the Braves are going to carry in all the way coast to coast. How about that play from Tate Olson? He almost brought it within one as we're under a minute to play in the second. Puck's at center ice. Holland knocks it out of the air. Comes away now. Rutlick's going to carry in with it. Rutlick taking it down into the corner. Tied up in deep. Freed here by the Braves. Hyder's got it, the All-State player. He'll walk down, fires, blocker save, loose in front. Oh, high riser just missed. Point blank opportunity for Mandan. Tate Olson in front of the net, just couldn't put it between the bars. Offsides now, the call here with 5-3 as a score and 16 seconds remaining here in the second. It has been back and forth at times here in this hockey game.
Oh, Minot's just got to do a better job. They're kind of on their heels right now. You're giving Mandan way too many chances in the slot. They're going to connect on some of those. I mean, you can't. Oster can only do so much back there, but Minot's defensively, they're not making the simple plays.
All right, kids, count them down. We're at 12 seconds to play here in the second. Abrahamson in, fires it on. Couchman's going to hang on to it. Devin Blada having a conversation with the Mandan defender there. That's Caleb Olberg. I think Blada just saying, hey, let him breathe just a bit, possibly. Easier said than done. 7 seconds to play here in the period. Off the draw it comes. Bench fire save. Rebound loose in front. Abrahamson knock it on the doorstep. Couchman saying we're not open for business at the end of the period.
Well, that's what you got to do, though. End of the period, put them on net. You might get a lucky one that finds its way through there, but you see how important faceoffs are when it's in the offensive zone. You know, another shot might be a opportunity. I mean, it's going to be a good third period.
One more face-off. That will do it. We're through 2 periods of play here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. I don't know if you'd say bad blood between the Magi and the Braves.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. However, it's definitely a hostile environment here tonight through 34 minutes. And right now it's 5-3, Minot High with the lead, but this one far from over here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Second intermission report brought to you by Magic Towing comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Great news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card.
Well, there you see the numbers from the second period of play. Wanted high in Mandan. Pretty much even in the second period. 2 goals aside. Shots were 11-10 Magi. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Minot got a short-handed goal in the second. Welcome into our Magic Towing intermission report. Second intermission brought to you by Magic Towing. Magic Towing. You blow it, we tow it. Remember the phone number at Magic Towing. 509-4011. It's Magic Towing bringing you the intermission report for this matchup here this evening. 5-3, Minot's got the lead. Shots are 20-12, favoring the Magi, and the score favors them as well here. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call tonight from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Overall, your thoughts on the second period of play, much different for Mandan than it was in the first?
Well, I think Mandan, they woke up a little bit. I think they got their offense rolling. They started opening the forecheck up a little bit. They knew they had to do something better after the first period with 2 or 3 shots. But, I mean, I think they got a little hungrier. It seemed like Mandan was outworking Minot a little bit on some of those loose pucks. And I mean, which is good. You want to be within striking distance. You're on the road. You always want to just keep it close. Give yourself a chance, whether you're, doesn't matter who you're playing or how you're playing. Even if you're playing, you're not your greatest game and you're within 2, 3, you got a chance, because in hockey they can come quick, and a team can be out of it and be right back in it with a couple shots. I think Minot's got to get back to work. I think they maybe were a little complacent that period. We had some bad turnovers. I mean, the game is about possession. You want to have the puck possession more than the other team. It's like in football, the time of possession is such a big factor. They've got to get back to getting pucks on net, getting that forecheck rolling, be physical without taking some dumb penalties. You can call them that. If people don't like it, turn it wherever the way you want. Sorry, but a lot of times it's lack of discipline. They all want to make that big hit, make a guy go flying. It just doesn't. That's not really what the game's about. It's about, rubbing people out, causing guys to take the long way on a forecheck, get in his way. Not taking interference, but being smart so your guys in your team, your defensemen, have time to go back and retrieve the puck wherever it may be back there, so you can make a good, clean breakout. But it's going to be good. We said it. It's going to come down to the wire. If you're Minot, keep the shots rolling and go from there.
This third period could be a wild one. We look at some of the highlights of this game so far. It's been rough. It's been a little bit of everything tonight. I've said that a few times, and not always do you get a West Region North Dakota high school hockey game that's got big open ice hits and highlight reel goals and some melees and some altercations the way we've had here tonight. It's been pretty much worth the price of admission here in the showdown. Is there a key in your mind to the third period for either team that is a key for both that will solidify a victory here tonight? Is it discipline? Would that be the bottom line?
I think that's important. Yeah, I think it's right there. It's guys, they've got a couple periods under your belt. You should be ready to go. They've been trying to roll as many guys as they can. But when the game is tight, certain players are just going to be out there more than other guys. That's just the nature of the game. It's like that in every sport. You take your chances, whether they're a little bit tired or not. You just have to. Everybody's got to tighten up a little bit. I think Minot, you're defensively, you got to be a little bit better in your own zone. Mandan, they're going to start applying more pressure. They're going to have to take a few chances the more the period goes. But the first 5 minutes of this period are big on both sides.
See the highlights Brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. It's Ryan Family Dealerships with 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Find them online, driveryan.com. Mandan's got the most recent goal to make it 5-3. Let's look at the scoring in this hockey game as the Braves come back to the ice surface, awaiting the arrival of the Magi here. Logan Renner for Mandan scored first at 2:42 of the first period. Tate Olson had the assist. Mandan led 1-0. Then it was Easton Panasuk unassisted just about 5 minutes later in the first period. A power play goal. Panasuk from Jackson Radke. Panasuk grabs his second. Minot grabs their first lead of the season. End of the game at 2-1. Then Panasuk sets up Mackley Morelli at 9:46 of that first period. Minot goes into the locker room with a 3-1 lead at the end of one. 2 goals were scored on each side of the second. Congratulations, Ben Holland. Short-handed goal for the Magi for his first as a Magician. Gave the Magicians 4-goal lead at that point. Then Carson Jors from Cameron Beaver scored. Then Ryan Rutlick for the Magi got his first from Ben Holland. That came at 12:28. 2 minutes later, Tate Olson from Matt Hayter and Carson Jors on that excellent give-and-go play in front of the Minot High net. That's where we stand at the end of 2 periods of play with 17 minutes remaining. Face-offs won of the contest, 20 on each side. Quality scoring chances, Minot High's had 10. Mandan has only had 6, but of the 12 shots that they've had, 6 have been quality chances, and they've executed on 3 of them. You gotta like that. Power plays in this hockey game for the Magi. Well, the Magicians have 1 power play goal. The Braves don't have any, but Minot High also has a short-handed tally in this contest. On that note, tonight, Jake Stack and Devin Blade are the officials in this contest. I think deserve some credit. They've done a good job calling it fair both ways, it seems, here tonight.
I think so, for sure. It just, yeah, you got to call the obvious. Don't want it to get out of hand. But it's like we've said that in the past about the ice setup. Why are they in such a rush to start the periods? The ice isn't even dry in certain spots. I'm like, come on. I think a few extra minutes isn't going to kill everybody. We know the high school students they don't want to go home yet.
Everybody just relax, right?
Right, kind of. That's just, it just seems like it's like in a hurry, but either way.
No relaxing this weekend coming up. More hockey on the PSP Network. Got Davies at Century and Davies at Legacy Friday and Saturday. Todd Domrys will be on the call on the PSP Network with Guess Who down in the capital city. Mikey Peluso joining the PSP Network for some calls coming up this weekend. Thrilled to have Mike Peluso on the air with Todd Domrys coming up for East versus West showdowns on the PSP Network as Davies and Century and Davies and Legacy come together. Those could be some good hockey games.
Some good games. He'll give you a good opinion.
Well, between Morelli, Peluso, Swearingen, I think it's fair to say that the PSP Network's got the crew that they'll break it down how they see it, I think is fair to say.
I think so. I think I'm probably the mildest of the 3, but Peluso's in a whole different category.
Gotta love Mikey P. We can't thank him enough for joining us this weekend. TD will have the call with Mike Peluso coming up again Friday and Saturday. Hope you join us then. Minot High girls basketball's on the air. I'll have the call coming your way on Friday and Saturday as Minot High takes on West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne in a weekend doubleheader of girls high school hoops here on the PSP Network. Minot's in their whites tonight. Mandan's in black if you're just joining us. Minot trying to hold on to a 5-3 lead to start their season at 1-0. Mandan got a win already this year against Hayes and Beulah. They're looking to see if they can improve to 2-0 on the season. Puck comes all the way back into Mandan territory where it's going to be shuffled across the neutral ice zone. Radke's back in after it for the Magi. Chips it up off the glass. Comes up to neutral ice. Morelli there. He's pinned on the wall. Now Panasuk. Up to Coleman it comes. Coleman brings it in, sends it around the end boards. Finley Benz soccered it ahead forward, but it's taken here by Jers. He moved it off. Deal brings it in, but he's whistled for the offside. Third period of play tonight brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. 25 years of experience And they are your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. Tonight's game also brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Roger Ward can help you with your moving and storage needs. Their brother company Jobbers in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen. Minot High is into the offensive zone, but offsides. Faceoff will come outside in front of the Mandan bench. Well, you take a look at Jors. 4 points against Hazen Beulah the other night. He's got himself a multi-point night tonight here in the Magic City. Only one player from this Mandan team last year was named to the All-West Region team. That was Hyder. He was also named an All-Stater. Minot High had 3 last year. Jackson Bradley, the senior athlete of the year, graduated on. Here comes Hyder in. Hyder's going to fire loose out in front. Ostra made the pad save, and then it was shuffled on away. Here come the Magi. Finley Bentz in the neutral ice zone. Fires it down in behind Countsman. Hitting the brakes is Langang. He'll bring it away to the near side. Taken here by Holland, spins it back down into the corner. Shuffled off the wall there by Bachmeyer, senior D-man for the Braves. He's going to get it back. He's hounded here by Holland down in deep. Holland has it. The net's going to come off its moorings, and we'll have a stop in the play. And a face-off coming inside the Mandan zone with 14:22 left here in this third period of play.
No, I think it's you have good play, but it's like still wide open enough where neither team wants to make that mistake. That next goal on either side is so big.
Off the draw comes Pickard at the point. Big pad save. Kicked away, Countsman. Towering puck up to center ice. Gloved and knocked down. Here comes Holland back in with it. Holland can wheel. He skates in. Fires it off the mask. Loose on the side of the cage. All batting at it. Nobody there for the Magi. Just went wide. Puck comes back up to center now where Pickard sends it back into the zone. This one's going to go off of traffic at the red line. Icing is negated there, and it's taken by Ostrom, who tosses it back up to the blue line. Escapes the zone. The Magi are going to have to go on the forecheck here because the Braves have possession. They dump it off the wall and down to the corner it goes here from Walkowitz. On the near wall again, Rodacker. Big collision there. Rodacker got the better of those two. And now it's a 3-on-3 into the zone. Now we're going to have an offside coming here. Well, there you see Jordan Willert in the maroon, Jason Bennett in the gray coat on the Minot High bench. John Grubb also in the frame. 3 of the greats to play at Minot High School. Jordan Willert, John Grubb still in the record books at the top of the ladder as far as point production, assists, and goals at Minot High. Jason Bennett wasn't a bad player back in the early 90s by any means. Off the mask of Ostrom. Minot High's got themselves a 2-on-2 drill down. Making it a 3-on-2. Morelli's in. He's got it. Offsides. Charged on the Magi.
Ah, geez, you guys, come on. You got to make better plays than that. You got a 3-on-2 and you're going offsides. I mean, it's little things like that. Fundamental. I don't know if it's the first game, but you got to be better than that. Those are fundamental mistakes that shouldn't happen at this level.
13-10 ticking down here. When you broadcast sports, there's so many times that cliche things can be said, but this would be one of those times that the next goal in this game, Matt, would be monstrous.
For sure, yeah. No, these are all huge goals coming up, especially when it's this tight. Not a lot of breathing room on either side.
Deal underneath the net. Freed it to Morelli. Works from the circle. Morelli's going to try to fire. Shuffled off. Comes away down to Panasuk. Panasuk sent it to the center slot. Taken away. Mandan's got a lead rusher into the offensive zone. George whistled for the offsides. Excellent play there. The read on that opportunity for Mandan just a bit ahead. And an offsides is charged here on the Braves.
Well, that's the thing. Minus defenseman, you got to be aware of that. You can't let guys sneak behind you. You got to know where everybody is. That's that's the benefit of being a defenseman. You can see everything in front of you. Don't let anybody get behind you to create a chance like that. Might have got kind of away with one there.
Up to the point it comes. Richardson has it here. Fired on, loose in traffic, backhander. Oh, it's in the net. They score. Another first-time goal getter for a Magi. Cohen Schmeichel puts it in. Well, I might have a new favorite player for the Magi. Schmeichel not only had quite the celebration, but talk about the hockey hair and the flow on this young man.
Great mop.
That is a mop and a half, isn't it? First as a magician. Like how he rocks it too. Like he blew dry it in between the periods. 6-3 Magi lead.
I know yours was never that long.
I could only dream of something like that. Cohen Schmeichel's got the goal for the Magi. Let's listen in.
Scoring an even strength goal at 4:39 of period number 3. Number 34, Cohen Schmeichel.
Schmeichel from Madsen. And the Magi have a 3-goal lead. 11:42 ticks down here in regulation.
Oh, we said how big that next one was. Minot's just got to keep applying the pressure. I think they're pinning Mandan in there a little deep, but when Mandan gets it, they seem to create a lot of the ice spreads. I mean, the play spreads out for them because they turn it up pretty quick on their own.
Finley Benz coast to coast comes away to Abrahamson after the defensive stop was made from Bachmeyer. Back away come the Braves in their own end, trying to chip off ahead. Held by Madsen, fired into the catching mitt.
It's all right. Good whistle for Minot and get some guys out. I mean, if you're Mandan, you probably got to just make a little bit better decisions your own zone. If they kind of lost track of Schmeichel on that shot from the point, that's what they do. That's where the greasy goals are, right in front of the goalie, 5-10 feet out.
Well, we saw the Minot High JV team on the screen. They beat Mandan in JV play earlier on tonight. 3-0 was the final. That was in the middle rink here at Mesa Arena. It's because the girls matchup had Legacy Bismarck topping Minot High here tonight. 5-3, I believe, was the final score. Isn't that weird how your brain can forget that already? I called that game earlier on, but man, that was 9 goals ago, my friend. 6-3 in this one. There's been a lot of action since.
You got a lot of things on your mind.
Including Shots Crossroads, our post-game headquarters tonight. Home to the famous banana cream pie.
I knew it was coming.
Trying to slim up a bit. I got to avoid the banana cream pie, but I'll cheat every now and then.
You have to.
Off the draw, that puck towered up over the net. Comes down into the corner. Coleman's going to go after it, scrumming for it here. Puck is freed up to the line, tipped in front of the net. That rose over the head of Countsman. Fired on. Braves have possession here. This is Bryson. Comes back away now on the far side wall. It's darted off the glass there by Coleman. And around it comes to Finley Bentz. Bentz takes it underneath the goal line. They work it back to Radke at the point. Works hard off the wall, then fires in. Waffle board stop. Delayed call coming here on Mandan. Now we're going to have a power play coming for the Magi. They haven't had one here in this third period. Another power play comes out for the Magicians, brought to you by Serve Pro.
Well, when you're applying a lot of pressure like that, that's going to lead to penalties.
Bachmeyer's into the box. I missed what the call was, Matt.
I couldn't tell either. I might have been a slash or a hook.
Nevertheless, 2-minute power plays out for the Magi. On the glove side of Countsman is where we find the draw. Magi leading 6-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. interference was the call. Radke's got it. Morelli up top has a howitzer waiting for it here. Sent in front. Oh, one-time hit and goal. Coleman scores from Radke. Look at the patience on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay here from Radke. Coleman was just camped out front. And Carter Coleman, who had 8 goals last year, has his first.
That was a big one. Gives your mind a little more breathing room. Get some of these other guys involved. Roll the lines.
Under 10 to play in the lead. Broken open now to 7-3. Puck comes out front. High riser just missed that one. Out front for Rodacker. Puck comes back away here for Mandan as they push up to center ice now for Tate Olson. Coast to coast. Other end of the ice. Oh, there's a goal that comes up off the tape of Balkowitz. And Mandan fires back.
Well, we talked about a shootout, and we're close to that. I don't think Minot wants to see that, but you can't get complacent out there when you're up by 3-4 goals. High school hockey, that's just the way it is. It goes and you can have a 5-minute letdown and give up 3 goals.
9:30 left in the hockey game. It's not over yet, folks. What might have made it 7-3, I thought maybe the nail was starting to be pounded into the coffin. However, you can't count Mandan out, especially with guys like Hyder on that lineup.
Got away with one there. That could have been a trip. Got lucky.
In the center slot. Fired at the net there by Holland. At the point, Richardson sends it in. Pad save to the corner again from Countsman. Up into the protective mesh it went to the stop in the play. And a face-off coming on the glove side of Dominic Countsman's glove, making blocker side here with 9:01 to play in the third period. Big thanks again to Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proudly serving the region since 1942 with your moving and storage needs. And a big thanks again to Mr. Hockey himself, Bob Gillett at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com for managing and maintaining the website NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. All the stats, schedules, scores, you name it. It's an archive at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. Haders down to the corner, worked it back up to the line. Here's a drive, comes in. Lays Ostrom will make the save with 8:35 to play here in the third. Well, next up for the Magi, they travel to Century to take on the Century Patriots. Next up for Mandan, they're at home on Thursday against Legacy. Road doesn't get any easier for Mandan after tonight here at Minot, the preseason pick by the coaches for the #1 team inside the West Region, the Legacy Sabres. Leg call coming here on Mandan, and Hyder's going to go back to the box on a hook or a trip.
Tough break for Mandan. That guy took his friendly fire off the draw and hit his own guy, and he's in pain down the tunnel.
Hyder's in the box for the third time here tonight. Yeah, that's never fun, is it? Especially when it's different when you know that it's coming.
Oof.
Different when it's kind of blindsided.
Well, if you're Minot, that's the right guy to have in the box.
Here's Morelli dancing with it. Spins away at the top of the circle. He'll set up shop on the power play. Morelli drops it down here. Morelli's going to get it back up top. Goes back over to Panasuk. Panasuk in front on a tee. Oh, one-timer. Morelli fired and tried to go 5-hole. And Countsman made the save. Well, Morelli's got a bomb from up there. Countsman ate that one right in the belly. 1:43 remaining a Serve Pro power play time here for the Magi. Coleman in on the draw. against Bryson. Face-off, one back to Radke. They go to Morelli again on the far side. Morelli fires it across, all one-time give-and-go play. And Tegan Strand was robbed by Countsman. Radke at the point, handling up top here. Radke's just going to turn and fire a waffle board save as that one was fired through traffic. Morelli hounded on the wall, He's got it here. Now he works it up top again, Radke. Radke back to Morelli. Crashing towards the net with a backhand, trying to send it upstairs, just missed. Mandan will clear. All the way down it came from Carson Jors. And the puck's taken by Ostrom. He fires it all the way onto the tape there for Coleman, who gains the zone with it. Fired right back out by Jors. And at center, Minot's got real estate here with Radke. Radke got it off now to Holland. Offsides on the Magi with 7:04 to play here in this third period.
Well, either way, it's a big kill for Mandan. Minot gets one here, and that's going to be tough 4 down. But for Mandan, you're probably going to have to start taking some chances. The defensemen are going to have to probably start pinching a little bit. You have to when you're down 3 and you got 7 minutes left in the third.
Puck one back here to the Magi. Deal's going to go to work with it. Sends it over to Abrahamson on the far side. Carrying it, Abrahamson off to Bentz, tried to go back door. Nice defensive read there from Hulberg.
Tough play, but boy, in that area, you should just be shooting that thing. You know, you're 15 feet out, take that shot. God, you've got a guy crashing the net. I mean, they look pretty, but sometimes just good old-fashioned hard shots are the way to go.
Finley Bentz will carry down into offensive territory with 17 seconds remaining of power play time. Game clock down to 6:29. Richardson down into Gretzky's office for Abrahamson. Back to Richardson, near point. Sends it across to the far side. Deal shuffling down. Now to Holland. Back up to Deal. Mandan's going to come to full strength with the drive from the line. And it's going to be held on to by Countsman. .8:14, make it 6:14 left in the hockey game. Tipped out in front. Oh, excellent tip there. Just went wide by Rodacker. Playing hard down to the corners. Rodacker had it for a moment. Here comes Hyder, pushes free. Jors is up to center with it. Taken away by the Magi. Oh, big hit here on the near side wall. Richardson went flying as he was led up there by Bryson. Bryson makes a defensive stop, but the puck lies free in the center slot. Up to Manson at the point. Here's Brock Manson sent in. Another save from Countsman. 33 shots now in the hockey game for the Magi. Out front, Hayter leaves it aside. That puck was sent across as it just missed from Jors. On it high, trying to clear. Mandan's got some pressure in the late moments of this third period. 5:15 ticking down. Minot leading by 3 at 7-4. They clear their zone with it, but it's Mandan with possession. This is Brew that handles here. Partner to partner. He goes back up to center. Minot's got it back now with Brock Manson. Lead pass too far in front of him there. And down for an icing that brings us within 5 minutes to the final bell here tonight at the Pepsi Rink.
If you're Minot, just make the smart play. You don't have to go for these long stretch passes. Just get over the red and dump it in. Be sure on your passes because you don't want to give Mandan any offensive zone face-offs. Make it tough on him.
Puck's up off the glass, near side for Schmeichel. Held it at the line nicely there by Brew, and it's the Magi trying to push to center. Now they do. Schmeichel's going to have a chance. Schmeichel looking for number 2, sends it back door. They score. Hudson Cope tucks it home from Schmeichel. 8-4 Magi.
Nice unselfish play there. Way to take a look. That's tough for a goalie on a 2-on-0. You can't blame. Sorry, you can't blame him there. That's just. I mean, nobody wants to be facing a 2-on-0.
Hudson Culp fires it in, and Hudson Culp has his first of the year, second all time for Minot High School. Well, there you hear the chant from the Minot High student section. Are they in a safe enough space to say that at this point with a 4-goal lead?
Well,
4.5 left.
I would wait a little while, but that's, I guess they, kids, they get fired, they get excited. Can't blame them.
I'll never forget as long as I live. State high school hockey tournament last year, Red River and Jamestown were playing in the opening round of the tournament. And before the opening face-off, the Red River student section was chanting, "This one's over." I'll never forget that.
That's pretty
pretty bold.
Kind of funny, yeah, a little bit, a little strong.
Red River ended up in the state title game last year, only to lose to Fargo South Shanley in 3 overtimes at the Ralph Engelstad Arena.
Can't say it breaks my heart.
Puck comes up to Hudson Cope, up to center. Yeah, the two chants were, where is Central? Because Grand Forks Central didn't make the state high school hockey tournament last year. The other chant was, this one's over. 3:30 left in regulation. I said it earlier on today. Hoping to see some rabbits this year, Matt, on the ice in some of the road venues. Minot's going to have a chance here. Panasuk looking for number 3. Was denied on the doorstep. Panasuk's going to get it back down in the corner. Panasuk using his speed, freeing it up top down to Radke. Radke's shot was knocked down. Ostrom's going to have to come out of the net to play it. Just sends it up the wall to the near side. And then had to wait to touch up on side. So Panasuk shuffled it on free. Up at center ice for the Magi. It's Strand that's going to have to shift back into his own end to retrieve here. Gingerly around the end wall to Manson. Up to center now, Panasuk. In over the line, Tegan Strand offsides.
Oh boy, it's tough when you're offsides like that. Come on, you guys, you got to be communicate out there.
Well, after the hockey game tonight, we'll have a post-game wrap-up brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Planning Team Financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, it's Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots. 2 and 52 bypass on the east side of the Magic City. Offensive zone now here for Kraus as he skates in for Mandan. Puck comes up to center. Benz poked it free. Braves are going to go back to work on it here as Brinks had it. Up to center we go now as Langang skates it down. Langang fires it on. Ostrom will make the stop, and Ostrom will hang on to it. Well, if you would have told me tonight before the game that Councilman was going to surrender 8, I would have told you you were a liar. Pretty uncharacteristic for one of the top netminders in the West region, in the blue paint to our far left. I don't think he's played bad by any means tonight.
No, not at all. He's kept it from being worse, I think. But it's tough when your mind kind of is taking advantage. They've been opportunistic on some of those chances. They've got some lucky breaks. But I mean, with Mandan, 18 shots for it, it's not really a lot for a high school game. Probably need a little more offense.
Puck's up at the line. Shot came in. It's knocked down by Mountain High's D-core. Now it's taken by Pickard. Oh, he was tattooed. And then Pickard took some words on the far side, right in front of Jake Stack, letting the prison rules come out just a bit in the tail end of this one. And Pickard has the retaliation. Those two aren't done yet. Pickard having words still with Logan Blair. Keep an eye on 32 black and 23 white. That conversation continuing.
Yeah, that's only a bad thing sometimes when you have a lopsided game. The temperatures will start to increase and guys' blood pressure starts to go up. You just want to be smart. Don't do anything stupid that's going to cost you time sitting out.
In front of the Minot High goal, top shelf, they score. Rattling one home, Tate Olson. puts it up and in. High scoring affair tonight, to say the least, at the Pepsi Rink. Excellent shot there from Tate Olson.
Well, I mean, if you're Minot, start working on the things that are important. You should be working on goals against and coverage in your own zone. Giving up 5 goals isn't really what you want. It's not a good habit to start. Yeah, you're up in the game, but you're kind of making some mental mistakes here in the last half of this period.
Offensive territory again for the Braves. They carry down with Jors. Here comes the 1-minute call. Up at the line, slap shot coming. Diving in front of that howitzer there at the point. Tate Hagenow, the sophomore. Sure, it will be a topic of conversation with Coach Willard tonight after this one. In our post-game, 5 goals against on 19 shots. Something that Minot High will look to improve on moving forward without question. Offensive territory for the Magi. Sent out in front. Hudson Cope comes back away down to Panasuk. Up at the line, Radke. Out in front. Oh, was tipped there by Cope. And Cope's being mauled inside the blue paint. Puck comes back away to Radke. Cope just skates away from an altercation there as Hulberg was on top of him. Caught him down, kids. We're at 6 seconds. Now 5, now 4. Here comes a shot. Oh, Ostrom, all sorts of mixed up in the blue paint. But the horn will sound, and it goes final tonight. Minot wins 8-5 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Plenty to talk about in our planning team, financial advisors, and Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up in just a moment here on the PSP Network. We'll have the full recap of this one coming your way. Just a moment, 8-5, Magi get the victory.
Great news. If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Damn it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Goals in the opener. Minot had 8, Mandan had 5, and when it was all said and done, the Magi take 3 points from the Braves inside of West Region play. Minot opens the season with a win to improve to 1-0 on the year. Mandan falling to 1-1. Welcome into our Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame. The recap. Planning Team Financial Advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial is there to help you with every step of the process. Find them online, planningteam.com. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots. You can order online and pick it up on the 2 and 52 bypass east of Minot. Shots Crossroads, family's favorite breakfast spot inside of the Magic City. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli for the post-game wrap-up here tonight. We had a little bit of everything in this hockey game. From top to bottom, it was a wild shootout at times here in the showdown. Final shots on goal were 37-19, favoring the Magi here tonight. 29 stops for Councilman, 14 for Blaze Ostrom. Some things on each side I think that both coaching staffs will take a look at moving into the games ahead. Minot High travels to Century next week for their next matchup. On the other side, Legacy travels across the river to take on Mandan on Thursday. Once again, Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Matt, overall, your thoughts on this hockey game? 51 minutes had everybody on the edge of their seats at times here in the showdown.
I think it was, I mean, there's good and bad. There's the first game of the year, and you're going to have guys that are nervous and they're seeing some first varsity action for them, but there's, like you're saying, there's going to be things that have to be addressed, both sides, that you need to, sharpen up your game. You got to make quicker decisions. Some of these guys are just younger guys, don't have the experience. Things happen quick. You don't have a lot of time like you maybe do in some earlier times in hockey, especially with like when you're coming, maybe if you come from Bantam level or maybe the JV level to the varsity level, everything has to be quicker. You've got to make harder passes. You don't have all that time, and thinking you can go through 2 or 3 guys isn't probably going to happen. It's not realistic. You have to make simple plays that make the game easier for your teammates, and that's just the way it is. It's not don't put yourself in front. It's a team game, and whatever you can do to make the other 5 guys on the ice better and easier for their job easier to defend and create opportunities. That's the name of the game, and you don't want to be giving up 5 goals. If you're Mandan, you give up more than that, but both sides. I mean, most of the time in hockey, you give up 5 goals, you're probably not going to win the game. That's just the way it is, and a lot of levels it's like that. You want to be good in both areas, both ends of the rink. It's a two-way game, but getting kids to buy into that sometimes takes time, and it'll come along. And these guys coaches will visit with them. They'll work on it. They'll watch some film and say, here's where we were good tonight. We had some positives, and here's where we had some times where we struggled getting it out of our own zone and making passes where guys weren't ready. And I think some guys are not ready for the puck. You've got to be ready at all times. That puck moves quick. If you're not ready, you might have just missed a scoring opportunity.
Well, and there was some of that here tonight without a doubt. There were some opportunities that were knocking on the doorstep that I would be interested to see if the same play 2 weeks from now would be made in a different fashion. I guess I would put it that way. You make good points there, Matt, without a doubt. Let's look at our game reset brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. 5 locations, Minot and Williston. They've been around for 50 years. That says enough right there. Visit them online, driveryan.com. When it was all said and done, Minot wins 8-5. They outshoot Mandan 37-19. 14 stops tonight for the Minot High goaltender Blaze Ostrom. 29 for Countsman. 0 for 3 on the power play for Mandan on the official sheet here tonight. Minot High had 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal here. It felt like there was more power plays in this hockey game. However, a lot of coincidental penalties in this Rough Rider affair here tonight. There's a look at the numbers of this hockey game. Let's take a look at the official breakdown of how it went down. 2:42 in. Mandan got on the board with first blood of this West Region affair. It was Logan Renner from Tate Olson. At 4:59 of the first, Easton Panasuk got assisted, tied it at 1. Then the Magi took their first lead of the game. They didn't look back from here. Easton Panasuk got his second of the game. Jackson Radke and Matt Morelli had the assists. Then Matt Morelli made it 3-1 Magi from Easton Panasuk at 9:46 of the first period. That gets us into the second. Minot's Ben Holland shorthanded on quite a play on a breakaway, a minute 23 into that second. That made it 4-1 Magi. Then Mandan brought it back within 2 at 4-2 as Carson Jors from Cameron Beaver scored. That was at 2:50. At 12:28, Ryan Rutlick for the Magi picked up his first goal as a magician. Ben Holland had the assist on the play. And then it became a 5-3 game because Tate Olson fouled the net from Matt Hayter and Carson Jors. Then Cohen Schmeichel for Minot High in the third period opened up the scoring to make it 6-3. The long hair flowing like a cool summer day in California on his way to find the riptide. Is that what it is? Looks like a surfer right. With the flow. I thought that it sounded better in my head, let me tell you. Nevertheless, Schmeichel with a nice one. Hudson Cope assisted. Brock Manson did as well. It was 6-3 Magi. Then it was 7-3 when Carter Coleman on the power play scored from Jackson Radke. Even strength goal from Logan Renner. He was assisted by Tucker Horner and Tate Olson. Then we exchanged 2 more. It was Hudson Cope from Cohen Schmeichel. Then it was Tate Olson from Tony Bacallo and Carson Jors to finish the scoring out at 8-5 here tonight. Quality chances in this hockey game according to our official scorekeeper. 16-8 favoring the Magi. Minot won 34 faceoffs. Mandan won 31. Key element to the hockey game. Goaltender saves again in this contest. 14 for Ostrom, 29 for Dominic Countsman. Quite a game it was. Let's take a look at the game rewind. When we come back from that, we'll have our star of the game. We'll also have our MVP, star of the game. The MVP brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll also have our move of the game brought to you by our friends at Jobbers Moving and Storage. Here's your game rewind brought to you by Ryan Chevrolet. Brady Langang fires it home. Unit out for the Magi, if you will, as the puck comes free down to Panasuk. Spins in the circle. Panasuk walks it, fires, save, rebound. Panasuk scores! Rebound comes to Easton Panasuk. Technicians and advanced technology. Panasuk, side of the net. Caromed off the wall. He took it and fired it home. 2-1 Magi on the power play goal. 8-2 now. Panasuk fired. Puck's loose. Here's a drive. They scored. Oh, what a fluky one that was, but it came to Matt Morelli, and Morelli makes it 3-1 Magi. The senior dumps it in, loose in front of the Minot High goal, right on the goal line. Is it in the net? This is going to be a scrum here. Uh-oh, hang on tight. We've got ourselves a Donnybrook going now. Morelli and Hyder, the All-Staters, come together. The Braves are going to go to work on it now. Finley Benz trying to disrupt the breakout. Delayed call coming here. This is going to be a breakaway. Holland by himself. Stick move, top shelf. Oh, he shoots and scores. 4-1 Magi. Here comes Abrahamson. He's got a man with him. That's Bentz out front. Abrahamson pulled down. Here's Bentz with a drive. All counts, but somehow got a stick up. Goes down low. Puck comes underneath the goal. Wrap around. They score on the doorstep. Carson George tucks it in. Abrahamson on the near side. Tattoo. No call on the play. Puck is underneath the goal. Way to the far side. Oh, Coleman lights the man up on the far side. And that one will be charged. Jake Stack's got the arm. United State are either employed or continuing their education. Pretty good stuff at Minot State. Off the draw. Firing and scoring. The Magi lead 5-2.
Oh, that was a big one.
George dropped it off. Hyder backdoor. One-timer wide open and firing. Chance Bryson. The circle. Morelli is going to try to fire. Shuffled off. Comes away down to Panasuk. Panasuk sent it to the center slot. Taken away. Mandan's got a lead rusher into the offensive zone. George whistled for the offside. Up to the point it comes. Richardson has it here. Fired on. Loose in traffic. Backhander. Oh, it's in the net. They score. Radke's got it. Morelli up top has a howitzer waiting for it here. Sits in front. Oh, one time
nice
hit and
play.
goal. Coleman scores from Radke. Coast to coast. Other end of the ice. Oh, there's a goal that comes up off the tape of Balkowitz. It's the Magi trying to push to center. Now they do. Schmeichel's going to have a chance. Schmeichel looking for number 2. Sends it back door. They score. Hudson Cope tucks it home from Schmeichel.
Starts to go up. You just want to be smart. Don't do anything stupid that's going to cost you time sitting out.
In front of the Minot High goal. Top shelf. They score. Rattling one home. Tate Olson. The cage sent it.
Your business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Planning Team Financial and Shaw's Crossroads bring you the postgame here tonight after Minot High takes down Mandan 8-5. Big thanks to Matt Morelli for joining me again here tonight. Time to hand out a couple awards in this hockey game, starting with our Jobbers Moving and Storage Move of the Game here tonight. Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. Time for our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. 13 goals tonight. I don't know how you picked just one, but to me, I thought this one was pretty special. First goal for a Magi. Ben Holland goes coast to coast on the breakaway, tucks it top shelf. Ben Holland's got our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Congratulations, Ben Holland. Jobbers Moving and Storage again brings you our move of the game. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. No job too big or too small. It's Jobbers. They focus on the small details. They make it real easy. I'm telling you, Jobbers Moving and Storage. MVP of the game. How do you choose one of those tonight? My goodness. Well, when Easton Panasonic scored back-to-back tallies early on and had an assist on the third, that definitely helped the cause here tonight. Easton Panasonic, congratulations, you're MVP of tonight's hockey game, brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips with locations in Minot and in Bismarck. They've got a fantastic app that I have. It's quick, it's easy. I'm telling you, can't beat it. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. They bring you tonight's MVP. Congratulations once again to Easton Panasonic, tonight's MVP of the hockey game. Coach Willard joining us here in the booth. Coach, first things first, congratulations on the win tonight. That one had a little bit of everything here tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not often that there's 13 goals scored in any hockey game. But I think it's a little bit of it's a process, right? That's our first game of the year. We haven't played in a while. Mandan's a good hockey team. Our fellows were ready to play, and excited because I think they played our brand of hockey that we're looking to play. We just need to shore up some D-zone things, and we'll do that. It's nice now that he got some tape, you got some stuff to go off of. We just talked about it in the locker room. Now I can go home and pull up PSP and be able to watch it. So I'm excited for that, and then we can build some notes for practice and move on from there. Halfway through the game, I joked with Matt on the air and said that I couldn't wait to drop this line on you, considering we're pretty good friends, that now that you've got that HC in front of your name as one of the co-head coaches of Minot High, your brand of hockey is a little gooning it up a bit. It seemed like that was some physical play. Do you like that style of play? I mean, it certainly sets a tempo, but walking that fine line really is the measuring stick or the real challenge there, I have to assume. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in between the second and third. We want kids to play with an edge. We want them to play to the edge, but you can't cross the edge. That's... we don't want to be known as a goony team, but we want to be known as a team that's going to be in your face, that is going to play a physical brand of hockey, is going to play a fast brand of hockey, is going to be right in your back pocket. And, I think at times tonight we did that. And I think, for us to compete against, perennial powers, whether it's from the East or it's any of the teams out here in the West, I think that's what we got to do. And, I think we found tonight the fellas might be a little bit out of shape, but, that comes with the first game. And like I said, it's just nice to kind of have some things and, be able to work on them in practice. And I think, one of them is conditioning. If you're going to play that brand of hockey, it's hard. It ain't easy to run around and throw your body into people and, do some stuff. I was proud of the fellas. We played physical, but we didn't, I wasn't able to see the hit over on the half wall. It was a big hit, but other than that, there, nobody was taking anybody from behind. Nobody was taking anybody super late. Unfortunate the kid falls there and we happen to finish a check after that. It's just we were already going for the check and the kid falls and he finished it. It's just unfortunate, but proud of the fellas that we were physical and in their faces, but we weren't like over the top and running around gooning people. We were playing a system. We were causing turnovers, and that's what led to scoring chances. You win 8-5 tonight. You put 8 goals on the board on the offensive side. You hold the opponent to under 20 shots against. You register 37. But that 5 on the board for Mandan has to be a topic of concern. Is that the only real concern after tonight's hockey game, giving up 5 on 19? We'll have to go back and watch game film. I know there were some breakdowns on the aggressive forecheck that we want to run. We'll shore that up. We've been hounding it in. I mean, it's really tough. We started November 6th. We started on my birthday, on Monday. That was a long time ago. And we play a game today on the 28th. I mean, it's 22 days. It's a lot of us just sitting and barking at kids. Well, now, like I said, we were able to put it, apply it. And we applied it in a game. Now we can go back, watch game film. Hey, this has got a tweak. so we can send clips to kids. Kids are going to be able to watch that stuff. And like I said, I just think we need to shore up the D zone. You know, I think we've worked on some stuff, and now we, you know, kind of figured out what needs to be fixed. And, you know, I keep preaching to these kids, you're a unit. It doesn't matter. It's not one guy that messes up. It's everybody. We're a unit. We're a team. We're a family. We pick each other up. And, you know, thankful at the end of the night we were able to put up the 8. And, yeah, 5 doesn't look great, and we're not, you know, super thrilled about that. But the first game. We got now a week to get better, and we will do that.
Schmeichel, Rutlick, Holland all get their first goals as magicians. That's pretty special too, hey?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, you know, a kid like Benny Holland, Dad played here. He showed up to our jamboree wearing the old 1990, I don't even know what it was, old school jacket. That was great. You know, he's a gritty kid. He's killing penalties for us right away as a first-year kid because we know he can do that. And then you know, Rylan Rotlick, he loves to shoot the puck. Kid shoots the puck a ton, you know, works all over the ice. And then it's awesome to see a kid like Cohen Schmeichel, who's put in a ton of time, worked extremely hard, one of the greatest kids to be around. You know, he's quiet, kept to himself, very respectful. You know, just love that for him. And you should have heard the bench. The bench was super pumped. You know, and then you got a kid, you know, Hudson Cope, not his first, but he puts one in there. Just a guy's guy. Like the bench just erupts. So it's funny that you know that's what we're trying to preach into the kids here. It's a family. Like, it doesn't matter how we get the job done. We have to get the job done. And you know, unlucky for them, we gave up 5. So we'll shore some of that stuff up. But at the end of the day, you're always happy to get a win in the WDA.
Schmeichel's got the best hair. He might be on the Melrose all hockey hair team.
Yeah, by far. It's like Pantened all over the place. It looks great.
Nice job tonight, Coach.
All right, thanks for having me.
Let's go ahead, Coach Jordan Willard. After Minot High takes down Mandan tonight, final is 8-5 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It was a fun one for an opener here tonight for the Magi from the Pepsi Rink. We're in action next Tuesday as Minot High will take on Century. Todd Domery's and Mike Peluso will have the call of that one coming up next week. More action this week on the PSP Network. Hope you join us coming up for more high school hockey on Friday and Saturday, a doubleheader. Speaking of TD and Mike Peluso, well, they've got the call of Davies at Century and Davies at Legacy. Back-to-back games at the VFW coming up Friday and Saturday. Meanwhile, I'll be at Magic City campus as Minot High girls basketball opens up their season against West Fargo on Friday and West Fargo Cheyenne coming up on Saturday. Big thanks again to each and every one of those sponsors that you see here on the PSP Network. Without them, frankly, we just wouldn't be here. Job well done tonight to Owen Patterson on the camera and Andrew Wood back here tonight. Big thanks to Jordan Willard for stopping by. Big thanks to Matt Morelli. Job well done on the color commentary here tonight. We appreciate his time and efforts on the PSP Network as well. Final once again tonight, the Magi take down Mandan. Final is 8-5 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. What a doozy of a game that was here tonight. Looking forward to more games in high school hockey coming up here this year on the PSP Network. For everybody involved tonight, Nick Hulberg signing off. Hope you have a great week. Have a good night, and God bless.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.